close a portion when it goes to the wicks.
Amazing push on GJ, eh? Wow. 20 pips, 23 pips, 25. Fuck.
Just closed half at the wicks. Maybe I shouldn't have.
Well, damn.
Damn YouTube. Shit,
My
man.
God.
My God.
No, just measure that. Just measure that candle.
No.
I did an impulse
For
entry.
now.
I did an impulse entry when 30-minute broke the low of the previous 30.
Yeah.
Right there. Yep. 24 pips right now.
Hurt so bad.
Look at the 1 hour candle. It's got time to just push all the way down.
Yeah.
One hour just past the previous wicks on the 1 hour previous, so let's go.
Yeah, I don't think there's gonna be a retest at this stage.
To this level, maybe.
Yeah, if we get a retest, it's probably gonna be a reversal.
Hello, hello YouTube. Sorry I had some issues earlier. Do you guys see the screen?
Just closed out my position, 25 pips.
If only all break and retest look like that.
Classic. Textbook.
Yeah, the 1 hour's going down. Oh wells. Okay, I'm gonna try and wait.
Quick, Eleanor, 5-minute entry.
No! No way, man. Ace, you're the devil. No.
5-minute resistance, boom.
You guys are the worst.
You're trying to control FOMO and all that. And you have people, come on, get in, get in.
Nah. To be honest, I wasn't super comfortable with the 15 because the stop was big for a 15-minute entry for me, because I would have put it above the zone.
About 30-minute.
So that was like 20. So I was not super comfortable, and then that's why I went to settle the YouTube thing. And then uh-oh.
Why didn't you enter when the 30 broke?
That's an
Below.
impulse, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Either way, I don't do either. Oh yeah.
But impulse entries work with trend, right? So
Yeah, but
I literally entered the second it broke the wick.
I believe the next 30 minutes should keep going.
Yeah, I have this thing like if I take one, I take them all. I don't take them sometimes and take them and don't take them other times. You get what I mean? It's yes or no. I don't know. I don't like to walk in the middle. Yeah. But as long as like yeah, so for me I'm fine. Too bad. Go and get you guys. But at least I like got to analyze it with you guys, so it's alright. I'll catch you next time.
Yeah, it was just the confirmation of, you know, that resistance or order block that turned breaker, and then it was starting going down and it broke the low of the 30. I was like, all right, yeah, this is more than enough confirmation. Is that a vape?
No, it's my pen.
You're vaping.
No.
I saw smoke coming out of your mouth.
Yeah, it was anger.
But you said you wouldn't
so
take this trade anyway.
me?
Yeah.
So remember I was saying it's 20. Like I was really 20 is really big for me for 15
Yeah,
minutes.
so you can't be mad.
Yeah. That's why I went to fix YouTube, right? But then when it dropped, I
Yeah.
was like, oh, okay.
Should have taken it.
50%.
Yeah, so entry was off the 15, yes. So if we look at this minor resistance drop, here, see? Formed closed entry. So we were looking to fill the wicks.
I've talked about order blocks a lot, man, and I've explained it so many times.
Yeah. No, they didn't have it just now because I messed up the stream.
No, somebody in the Zoom.
Oh yeah. No, he's
Somebody in the Zoom was
new, I
asking me
think.
about it. Yeah, so you can explain it because I can't draw.
No, you draw it.
I can't draw my fat fingers on this phone.
I'm gonna zoom
Okay,
in
so
for you
if you
here.
go to the hourly,
Nah, it's here, right? Okay, wait. Let me try
what
and
was it?
learn this.
Hourly? Yeah, 30-minute. All right. So, all right, as we were going up, right, we have one bearish candle, right, and it's this one, right. So you can kind of say that this, the way that Eleanor teaches it, right, this is support and resist. So this was at one point resistance, and we broke out.
Mm-hmm.
What ICT calls this is calls this an order block. So what the banks did was make people think with this red candle that we're going to start going down. So they have to enter sell positions in order to bring price down, right? But at the same time, what they do here, they entered buy positions as well as sell positions, but their buys, they entered it like times 10 or whatever, like 10 times more or whatever they entered their sells, right? So that made price continue going up, but their sells are still active here, right? So what banks do now is that this becomes an order block. So they want to come back to get their money from this particular price point. So price came up, came back down, back down, put them back into profit, right? And now this order block, that if it was going to be respected, it's supposed to be coming over here so that the banks get out of their drawdown for themselves over here, and then continue going up, and they entered other buy positions here. But that didn't happen here. What happened here was the complete opposite, right? This area, this order block was broken, so this order block now becomes a breaker block, right? So price comes down, breaks through this order block, and now comes back up to retest the same order block over here to continue going down, right? So that was my bias.
Yeah, so the order block had like
that was my bias. The second we had the 30-minute here break this low, I was like, all right, we're going down due to
what's happening,
the order block and momentum of it already going down. Hope that explains order blocks a little bit.
I think the order block lined up with with that minor resistance, so that's why boom.
Yeah. So you call it resistance, right? He calls it order block. I see it as the same thing.
Yeah. Usually it's not really a weird place, because you see there's a 1 hour zone, there's a minor resistance, and there's also that order block that he was looking at. So it was higher probability it would drop. Yeah.
Rogers on.
Alright. Whoever wants to stay on YouTube, I will be in the chat, but I'm not gonna talk. So yeah. Right, see you guys on the stream.
So yeah.
See you later. Does the bearish candle in that need to be... So the order block usually, if I understand it correctly, right, it is just So before a big move, especially on the 1 hour, use it on the higher time frames. It's much easier to see, or on the 30. So it's this big move and then the opposing candle. So yeah. But I think if anyone doesn't understand it, don't trade it. Please don't trade it. But if you want to know anything about it, just go to this guy's page on YouTube. He's the one that started it all, so go and check it out if you want to know more. Always learn from the source, right? Let me get the stream up. Yes, I'm gonna still stay on, but I won't be talking because Raja is streaming. But I'll still be in the chat. So if you guys have questions or you want to throw in some charts, I can comment, but I will not be talking. Yeah.
So all right. So first thing in the morning, what happened was this move coming down on JPY. First thing in the morning, this happened at 6 a.m. This is the trade I got into this morning when the 15-minute candle closed. We made a low. There was a very, very simple trade for price to continue moving down. I closed at like 12 pips. I closed somewhere over here, and then eventually it fell further down. So, you know, it was a pretty good move. Now, I guess what we can do is maybe wait for, I don't know who's drawing these lines. Oh, actually, I do know who's drawing these lines. The name is right over here, Mr. D. Let's take a look at one system here. All right. So looking at the daily on JPY, this daily candle is now coming down. So looking on the 4-hour, 4-hour had a support at 136,800. We broke below that area. This is a new 4-hour candle that started something like a retest up over there. But if it's continuing bearish, I think it should continue back down towards 135, 900, that area over there, which is like 30 pips away. So let's take a look on the 1-hour time frame here. So this 1-hour candle is about to close in 22 minutes, right? And the way it's closing, it broke below the previous 1-hour candle. I mean, if it closes bearish, there's a very high probability we can get the next 1-hour candle to continue moving down, not only to fill this wick at 136, 140, but also continue down towards 135, like 136 even, I would say. 136 even would be a pretty good target there. Let's take a look on the 30-minute time frame. This 30-minute candle is forming. The previous 30-minute candle closed below the lows right over here. I know people want to take a sell at this candle, so let's take a look on the 15-minute time frame at this point now. So looking at the 15-minute had a resistance formed up over here. This candle closed below this area. I think for price to really come down, since it's coming up here after this move down, a better opportunity would be to, now this is where things become more situational, right? Even though you can take a sell at this point, and have a stop above the previous candle and then anticipate price to continue down towards 136 even, I think it's going to be a better idea to maybe look at the 5-minute, maybe, you know, to see those candles turning. I mean, if you can see a candle turning from over here, then that can waterfall into the 15-minute candle turning bearish and eventually moving the entire 30-minute candle moving bearish. So the trade I got into was this 15-minute candle right over here, 6:15 a.m. candle I got into for price to continue bearish. Let's take a look at your JPY over here. Hey, good morning. Take a look here. Give me your thoughts. Give me your thoughts. Give me all the thoughts you have. Euro JPY is moving bearish. Daily candle has also tapped down into the support. 4-hour tapped down into the support. 1-hour tapped down into the support. So 1 hour has basically created a low. These levels were drawn yesterday in the Asian session, right? 1 hour basically created a low. I think a pretty good idea on your JPY would be to for price to come up, create like a minor resistance, and then continue moving down. I think that's going to be a pretty good idea. But going back to JPY, I think this is going to be a very delicate situation right over here, because I think, yeah, I do think you want to have the 5-minute candles turning a little bit, kind of like flipping bearish, so that can turn the 15-minute bearish here. And once they turn bearish, I think we can have a stop above, like, you know, around 136, 420, right over here. But at this point, it's very difficult right now, because, you know, the candle is bullish at this point, so we don't know. Or we can have the next 15-minute candle break the low of the previous one, and then we can have an impulse entry for price to continue moving bearish, right? So let's take a look at the Chinese indicator here for a little bit. Some people take it very seriously. I don't take it seriously at all. I mean, so looking at the Chinese indicator here, it's pretty funny when I even say it. Pound is weak, and the yen is pretty strong. USD is pretty strong. This means that pound yen should drop, pound USD should drop. Yeah, so like, you know, it makes sense. So like, you know, for it to drop, we need to be very smart about it, right? We need to look at the price action, because right now this candle is coming up, so that's why we need the small time frames to turn so that we can say, okay, you know what, price action makes sense right now. Because as the candle is moving up here, it makes no sense to take a sell. Wouldn't you think an impulse entry would be too good, as there are several wick rejections? Wouldn't be too good. No, because an impulse entry is going to be good when we get, like, let's say the next 15-minute candle breaks the low right over here for price to continue down. It's going to be good because, you know, now price is trending bearish, you know. So when price is trending bearish, impulse entries work really, really well in trending markets. So that could be a pretty good idea. Let's take a look at this chart over here. Buys above 136,500 with support formed. Sell below this line with confirmation to continue on the 4-hour. Selling, I like right over here. I think buying would be above 136,600. Yeah, I think buying would be good above 136,600, because this is a resistance we formed, right? So if price creates a support at this point, then this is just a range right here. It's just 32 pip range. So if you're looking for buys above 136,500, then this means your range is like 10 pips, right? Because you got resistance right over here. Okay, let's take a look. Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm done for the day too. I took that sell and ran up to like 12 pips. I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm done. Just finish. So I may enter an impulse sell if we start breaking the low over here for price to continue down to 136, but we'll see when that happens. Do you think price will continue down? Yeah, if we break this low, we're going to continue down. And the whole beauty about waiting for price to break this low is because now we have this range, you know, like free fall down to 136. So you can catch all these 25 pips over here. So if you struggle to even catch 5 pips, it's better to just wait, you know, because then you can catch these pips. Okay. Heads up, UK Health Minister Hancock are speaking right now. I guess it's 11:30. Okay. Let's take a look at Forex Factory here. Let's see what we got. We got some USD news, unemployment claims. They're looking at lower claims, so it should be good news. So we'll see what happens. Let's take a look at the news. What happens overnight? So London to enter high corona. Oh, I said the bad word. Shouldn't say that. Enter virus restrictions, curb socializing. London to enter high virus restrictions. Yeah, I guess these lockdowns are coming back now. These lockdowns are coming back. It's crazy. But you know what? We've been here with all of you since the first lockdown. Since lockdown started, we've been here every day, supporting everybody, having fun. Because we're moving into very stressful times. So I think when you come to these live streams, it's kind of like break from reality and kind of like you can really get lost in this trading thing. So let's see here. Which melody is running in your background? It's called Hear the Noise. Okay, let's take a look at this chart here. This is GU. Daily is currently bearish. 1 hour has broken the previous 1 hour low. I'm looking for safer sells, which would be below this line here. Okay, looks good. Looks good. I think the same idea applies here. If we get the break of this low right over here, so you can get a earlier entry, better entry for price to continue bearish. Okay, let's take a look at this gulag. The charts from the gulag. The charts from the gulag. Oh, nicely done. 15-minute candle, sales executed. I had the same exact trade. I didn't close over here, but I closed at like 10. I really need to stop being a pussy and start letting positions go to digital TP. Beautiful. Yeah, I closed at like 10, 12 pips too. All right, the 15-minute candle closed. 15-minute candle has closed now in this ranging situation here because now price is ranging, right? Now we have this support formed, we have resistance formed. So this is a range at this point. So for you to have price continue moving bearish, I think you'll need to wait for this low to be broken for price to continue down. That's what I can think. What do you think about GJ looking at the 1 hour chart? Yeah, 1 hour candle still open. And if we want price to continue down, we want 1 hour candle to close below the support right over here. Because this, if it closes above this level, then this move down is just like it's basically exhaustion, so it's not closing below this area. So if it closes below this area, we can move to the small time frames and kind of like take sells on the next candle to continue bearish. 136 would be good. Look at that. Coming down. Even if you take an impulse entry down here at 136.230, your stops would be, oh yeah, it's pretty big stops. 18 pip stops, 19 pip stops. So you're basically looking at a smaller lot size and then anticipating price to continue down to 136. We'll see what happens. Shouldn't have had that ice cream in the morning. Had a chocolate ice cream first thing I woke up, and I don't feel too good. We'll continue on. We shall continue on. Price is coming down. Hold on. What's this? 136.230. Break below 136.230 can bring. There we go. This is something I'd be looking at. Yeah. Break below 136,230 should bring price down to 136 even. That's something I'll be looking at. I think for buys are going to be a little difficult because, like, you're looking at a price to break above 136,600 for price to continue up. Yeah, I think it should be pretty good too. I mean, you got a 25 pip range for buys over here. So that's going to be pretty good. I mean, as long as price stays between 136,250 and 136,600, I think this is just a ranging area right over here. Even if you break above this area to continue up, it's pretty, I think it's going to be pretty choppy. So it's better to wait for price to break below this area for price to continue down, and then you're going to say, okay, you know what, we're trading the trend. So this is how you're going to trade the trend. You're going to wait for confirmations and then take trades with confirmations of breaking this low over here. What do you think about the US30 looking at 30-minute and 1 hour chart? Alexis Aiken, I think you need to send a chart. Please go and label your chart and send it, and we're going to look at it, and then we're going to give you some, like, and maybe we can point you in the right direction. Let's take a look at this chart here. Gulag is pretty active here today. All right, GJ, 30 minutes. Sales can be taken after break and close below this area here. Beautiful, beautiful. Nice. So you got sales at this point. Took TP here at the right point, and then you had a retracement. All right, we're slowly coming down. Someone commented in the Gulag saying 22 pips on GJ Dan. I have no idea what that means. Wonder why people send incomplete sentences. Okay, so we're coming down. 15-minute candles coming down at this point. I know, oh, someone entered a sell over here. They have a stop. It's pretty risky because we haven't really broken below this area over here. But we need to break below this area for price to continue bearish. Your JPY is also kind of like ranging over here now. Once this candle closes bearish, we've created a minor resistance, and then your JPY is in a range. This is interesting. Oh, there we go. It's coming down. It's coming downtown. Comes down, breaks the low over here. Once we break the low, previous 15-minute candle low, off to the races. There we go. At this point, we should be off to the races here as we come to close towards the 1 hour candle close. 136 even. I think at this point, since the stop is going to be way too big, whoever's taking entries at this point, I think you're mainly having like a lower lot size at this point. Let's take a look on 30-minute candle. 30-minute candle is also coming down. It's going to close in 8 minutes. In 8 minutes. Now, since this 15-minute candle is moving, and if let's say someone's in this trade here, once it broke the low, you want this 15-minute candle to close below this area right over here. If it closes below this area, then this trade is going to be valid. But if it closes above, let's say 136,270, I think that's the point where you should really mitigate your risk. Maybe take off some percentage, because then you're expecting it to close below support, but if it's closing above support, then staying in sells, it's kind of like, risky at that point. It doesn't make any sense. So you'll have to manage your risk once it closes. So we still got around 7 minutes left for it to close. So not too bad. Let's take a look at, yeah, it's pretty good. It's about to close in 7 minutes. So this is where impulse entries, they become risky, right? Because here's the thing. If you're taking an impulse entry, now once you've entered, once it broke the low, your stop loss is up over here, and you're counting on the fact for the candle to now remain below, like to remain below this area, right? As long as it remains below this area, then your sells are good. But if price starts retracing and it closes above, let's say, this area right over here, then you start thinking that, okay, you took an impulse entry and you expected the candle to close below support. If it's not closing below support, then it makes no sense to be in that trade. Then you're willing to maybe cut the trade short, remove some risk off the trade. Obviously, you're not using a full risk, like a full big lot, because your stop loss is pretty big. You're using a smaller lot because your stop loss is bigger, right? So as we come to a close in 6 minutes, if it closes above this area, I don't think sells are going to be valid. And then you'll have to wait some more confirmations. Just want to ask anyone experienced not being able to take partial profit after setting it. Did you guys reinstall Magic Keys? Already emailed Magic Keys. Yeah, try restarting that. Also, sometimes it doesn't work if your computer hasn't been restarted for a long time. I noticed some issues like that, so just had to restart my computer. So now I make sure I restart my computer every day. What was your confirmation for those sells that you caught before the stream? My confirmation was price made a low at 136.250. We had retracement up. This 30-minute candle was still open when I took the sell. So it dropped down to the 15-minute time frame. Saw the 15-minute candle close bearish. Once it closed bearish, I was like, okay, you know what? What's the probability that this candle is going to come down to retest the low? So I took the sell. Now, my idea was that this candle would not go all the way down. It would maybe go right around over here, and the next 30-minute candle can continue moving bearish, but it didn't, right? It just fell down, got 10, 12 pips, and then I got out of the trade. Now, if I was in this trade right over here, I would have already closed 50% of my positions, because I wouldn't expect this candle to retrace like that. So I would have just closed 50%, and I would have just said, okay, you know what? I tried taking the sell, didn't really work, closed 50%, and it is what it is. For someone new, if you are a new trader, then obviously you're waiting for a candle to close below this area to take a sell. But if you're an experienced trader, then you're looking for impulse entries, right? So they're like different levels. Best to wait for the hour close, then head into 30-minute, 15-minute time frame to determine entry if R is on your favor on close. That's absolutely true, Mr. Sadiq. Very smart thing to say. Hey, Raja, is the Magic Keys also made in China? Yes. Yes. 80% of the world electronics are made in China. Do you think Forex will be available for retail traders in the next 10 years? I don't think so. Forex will only be available for me and the people in my group in 10 years. So you need to join. Can you imagine? You can only trade Forex if you join a certain group. Man, actually, you know what? That's a pretty good strategy. I should use that in 2021. You want to trade Forex? This is where you trade Forex. And people who really believe that, we will just not accept them in. I mean, come on. That'd be crazy. All right, this candle is about to close in 3 minutes. Wonderful, wonderful. 3 minutes over here. It's kind of like bouncing around at this point. Am I in this trade? No, I'm not taking this trade. I already took a trade earlier, got my win, and just spectating this trade now. Let's take a look here. This is, I could see potential sell if price close weak, bullish rejection from upside, taking an entry next 30 minute candle break the low. Yes, Leroy, I know 100% what you're thinking at this point. 110%. I've seen this move as well, on the 30 minutes. That the 30-minute candle closes like a weak body candle and the next one just drops. So now 15-minute candle is looking good at this point. It's coming back down. It's about to close in 2 minutes. How many pips do you aim to capture each day? Each day, it's not about catching the amount of pips. It's about having a correct trade. You know, if I can come on every day and if I can say, okay, you know what, I'm going to have a profitable trade today, no matter the pip amount, no matter if I'm in the trade or not, if I can call a profitable move every day, I think then I can have enough confidence to execute on those moves every day, whether it's 10 pips, 15 pips, 20 pips, whatever it is, right? But once your confidence starts increasing every day, then naturally your risk associated on those particular moves, they start increasing. And when your risk starts to goes up, then obviously, you know, then money starts rolling in. But that takes time. Moving from knowing that how many trades are you gonna catch, and then knowing that, okay, like, you know, what risk you're moving in the start, and then that confidence really spills into, like, you know, securing, adding more risk to your trades and eventually getting more gains. So we got around a minute left for this 15-minute candle to close. It's not really closing in a way we would say that, okay, it should continue moving bearish. Then we move on to the 30-minute, and the next confirmation is going to be once the 30-minute breaks the low over here for price to continue down. See, impulse entries, they also work the same way on time frames, right? If you're taking impulse entries on the 15-minute time frames, these are weak confirmations, which is why I'm very cautious. Like, if I was in this trade at this point, I would have only had like maybe 50% of that running at this point, because impulse entries on the small time frames, it's risky. 30-minute is much more probable, right? Because if the next 30-minute breaks a low, then there's a high probability for it to continue bearish. Good idea to expect a pullback on the 1 hour candle before entry. Yes. Please tell me more about risk per trade. How do you trade? Yeah, risk per trade is, I think, just use 1% risk per trade in the beginning. You know, if you have $1,000 account, aim to risk maybe, like, you know, 1%, like $10 per trade. Risk $10 per trade, and, like, you know, see how many trades you're winning, basically. All right, the 30-minute candle has closed. If we look at it, if we look at the 30-minute candle holistically, what we can see is that the 30-minute candle, now here's the thing, right? For price to really continue down, I think now we need some more confirmations here. So we look at the 30-minute candle. So this was a support formed, and then we had this 30-minute candle break below support, right? We had this 30-minute candle, it closed bullish, but it closed below the support over here, right? And now we want this 30-minute candle to continue bearish. Now, obviously, if someone's looking for trades based on a 30-minute candle, you're not taking a trade at this point because the candle is still bearish. But I think once this candle starts breaking the low of the previous 30-minute, then you have a much higher probability of price to continue down. This was the same idea we saw on the 15-minute, but 15-minute is a lower time frame, so, you know, the confirmations are also lower. So you're being very what's the word, cautious about it, right? 30-minute, a much stronger confirmation time frame. So yeah, on the 30-minute, there's going to be a lot more waiting over here. And obviously, like, you know, once you close 50% on the 15-minute earlier, now you're getting really, really cautious about your risk at this point. The UK Health Secretary confirms London to move into tier 2 of lockdown system. We should continue going down with dignity now. Yes. Get pretty hard. Oh, it looks like it's going to range. So see how this 15-minute candle closed above the support? It closed above the support. So at that point, there was basically, I mean, no use to being in the sell because it didn't close below support. It closed above support. So I hope whoever was in these sells, you closed out the sells whenever this 15-minute candle closed above support. So right now we're in this range. And here in this range, it gets really tricky. What if we break the high of the previous 30-minute candle? Is that a buy confirmation? Well, first of all, Mr. Musab, I think you need to use your brain, right? And the reason I say that is because if you take a buy at this point, you know how big this range is, right? So even if you take a buy and considering your spread in the trade, this is like a 17, 15 pip range. So it's not enough range for you to take a trade. And this is where we have resistance formed and support formed. I think a better buy is going to be about 136,600 for price to continue up in this 26 pip range, right? So always aim to take trades in a bigger range. So there's a lot of waiting over here. Lots of waiting. Oh, look at this. I would have lost 115 on this position and only came out with a $34 loss. Oh, wow. Beautiful. Yeah, I think we're moving in times where people are getting more and more impatient with losses. This is what getting impatient with losses is all about. You know, candle closes back above support. Logically, it means there's no sell, right? I mean, once we broke this low, then obviously, you know, we could have said, okay, we broke this low, there's a probability for price to continue down. But we also needed the candle to close below support. If it closed above support, logically, there was no sell, so you got to get out of the trade at that point. Did you see Daniel Savage's algo? What do you think about that? Didn't have a lot of good feedback. I don't know. Algos are algos, you know, like you just got to maintain risk with the algos. Yeah, you just got to be very cautious and only invest money in an algo which you can afford to lose. That's all I got to say. Like, you know, if we're going to put up money in any sort of algo and any sort of investment scheme, understand that if you lose that money, it should not affect you. That's all I got to say. Oh, look at that. It's coming back down over here. That 30-minute candle is rejecting. It didn't really break the high on the 30-minute over there, but it's rejecting. Once we break the low, I think there's a very high probability price to continue moving bearish back to 136. So this is the area where support was created. It was broken. Candle closed bullish. We're below support. And now we're coming down. I think once we break the low on the 30-minute, there's a very, very high probability for price to continue bearish. The thing making me curious is everyone knows what happened on first corona wave, and this time they will take action according to that. I think market will do the opposite this time. I think market is going to move a lot. I'm pretty excited. Like also at the same time, you know, it's something not good that's happening, but I mean, I'm pretty excited for these things to play out, the elections to come in, the lockdowns to come back into place. So you know, like watching the market in March, April was amazing because there was so much volatility, man. So much volatility. You look at GPJPY was moving like 30 pips in 30-minute candle, 40 pips, you know, 45 pips. I mean, it was rocking and rolling. Gold was moving a lot, but like the thing is, gold had like huge spread at that time, right? So let's see what happens here. Was your entry based on a 15-minute candle? Was it impulse entry? No, it was actually candle closed here, and then it took an entry, had my stops above the previous candle, which was 13, 14 pips. A range, had a big range here. So, you know, I took the trade and it worked out pretty well. So now we're looking at the 30-minute over here for it to break the low and continue down to 136. 136 flat, man. Coming down, 136. Hey, is this how you would look at change your bias? All right, let's take a look here. So 136.225. Let's take a look at this chart. Entered buys anticipating a wick to be filled with stops below the 30-minute candle, TP hit and recovered losses from sells. I think this was a very, very bad, even though you won the trade, but you changed your bias into buys to chase the loss. I don't know. I think that was a very risky trade, and I just have no words about that. Like, I want to say that this is not going to work in the future. You have to be careful with this, but at the same time, I mean, you won the trade, right? So, I mean, I don't know. Took sales anticipating when candles closed bullish. Okay, yeah, good. But I would still say, like, you know, always maintain your bias. Never change your bias unless it really slaps you in the face, right? Because doing these things is going to bite you later on. Like, trust me, because you think, like, sometimes, like, you know, you can do some risky maneuvers in the market and it may work. We start thinking that, okay, like, you know what, these things will always work. But what if you took a loss on the sells, right? You took a loss on the sells, and then next time you take a buy and price doesn't get to your take profit and comes down and you lose again, right? So that's actually very bad practice. So I think a good way to look at it would be that, okay, you know what, let's say if someone took a sell on the 15-minute, break the low, price closed above, you close the trade in a minor loss, and now you're going to say, okay, you know what, now I'm going to give my trade a second chance. You know, now I'm willing to give my trade a second chance to see if it's really going to work. So a second chance is going to be once we start breaking the low over here, and then price can continue down towards 136. That's going to be the second chance, right? Right at this point over here. This is the second chance you're giving your trade. So I hope no one's taking 4, 5, 6 trades, man. I mean, that's just disaster. That's a disaster waiting to happen. Yeah, you see this? We broke the low over here. This is the second chance you're giving to the trade. So first sell you had, you closed in a minor loss because you managed risk. And now we're coming down to this wick over here. You should be up around 6, 7 pips at this point and continue on towards 136 even. Right? 136 even. Super simple. Should be up at least 10, 11 pips at this point. It's beautiful. Simple, man.
Morning, Rakil.
Hey, good morning.
Yeah, what's your target? I'm targeting 135.8.
Yep. So this was the trade. 136 even would be a pretty good target at this point. I think whoever took this second entry at the break of the 30-minute low, you should have secured profits, 10, 12 pips, 15 pips, putting stops at break even and calling it a day. That's it. And leave the runners running. And if the runners keep on running, that's amazing. So even if the gulag took this trade and you profited, give a like on the stream because, you know, like, hey, you made money first thing in the morning here. It's not even 8 a.m. I think it can still fall down to 136 even. First trade was a loss in the London session. I took some hours off, came back with a fresh mind, took the correct trade, calling it a day. Oh, perfect. Beautiful. Yeah. The analysis played out perfectly. And look, secured profits at 14, 15 pips, and look at this retracement. And now you can say, okay, you know what? My stops are at break even, and it's just great. You know, I mean, what a beautiful day. This is all what I look for. You know, every day, this is exactly what I look for. Small moves with volume, take the trade, call it a day. Because look at this way, right? Let's say you're starting with a $2,000 account. You start with $2,000 account, you take this sell moves up like, you know, like 12, 15 pips. You're risking 1%, so you're making around $25, you know, $25 in like 5 minutes, 6 minutes. Now, when you start to continue to do this every day with discipline, a point is going to come in your life where, let's say your account is at 8,000, and instead of making $22, $25, you're making more. Yeah. So, man, all right, I'm just going to mute everyone because I hate when people interrupt me over here. Breaks my mojo, you know, because when I'm here, I'm in a mojo right now. Oh, look at that thing go. We can 100% tap 136 over here. 100%. I think now your runners are going to 136. Oh, perfect. We have 136 here. Ladies and gentlemen. First sells didn't work. Gave it a second chance. Second chance continued further. Went to 136, and man, there shouldn't have been any confusion about this trade. There shouldn't have been any zero confusion about this trade. So if you took this trade, you profited this trade. Clap for yourself. Be happy you took a winning trade. It's beautiful, man. Whenever you have a winning trade, tell yourself, hey, you know what? This is an amazing, amazing, amazing trade. You did something amazing over here. Called the winning move. Trading the trend, super simple, right? Super simple. Look at this. Candle closed below this area and then move came down. Do you think $40 a week is a good weekly target for a $1,500 account staying on the safe side? Yes, I think that's amazing. That's amazing. So the Gulag, whoever came to the stream today, you got scammed here with stress-free trading. There was no stress. Entries were amazing. There was no drawdown, and completed the scam here today. Moved to 136. I like saying the word scam. Yeah, now your stops are at break even, and if this thing falls down to 135, 400, 135, 800, so be it. It's above current candle, about 20 pips to you. Yeah, so basically, I mean, if you were entering right over here, I think a stop above the 15-minute would have been pretty good. Let's take a look over here. So a stop above, yeah, around 14, 15 pip stop would have been pretty good. It wouldn't have been above the candle, but it would have been somewhere in between the candle here, because, the volume was a lot and you were really expecting price to plummet all the way down to 136 even. Let's take a look at this daily candle here. Daily can fill the wick. Oh, 100%. There is a very high chance daily can fill the wick if it continues moving down. The only thing is that this was support 135.880, and if we continue moving past that, I think it can fill the wick. That's true. So if you look right over here, we're approaching some sort of an area at this point, and I think it can continue moving down. Amazing. Look at that 1 hour. 1 hour also closed below that support. Next one retraced to continue moving bearish. For this case, if it went back up, at where will you close 50%? LSP, I think we should stop thinking about what if scenarios, because once we start thinking about what if scenarios, then there are infinite amount of what if scenarios that can happen, right? Infinite amount of what if scenarios. So I try not to think about what if scenarios, because that didn't happen. What did happen? Price went down. So what we need to do is we need to really look at this and really study this happen. So this is the trade which was basically sent by Leroy right over here, right? So if you remember Leroy's chart, he said I could see potential sell if price closed weak bullish candle plus rejection from the upside. So look at this 30-minute candle. Weak bullish candle, rejection from the upside. Take entry on the next 30-minute at the break of the low with stops at the 30-minute. Break of the low right over here. Beautiful. Right? So this is a setup that Leroy has recognized, and I also recognize this setup right over here. So instead of thinking, okay, where could we have closed 50% if price retrace, we should start thinking that, okay, how can we see the setup happen tomorrow and the day after that and the week after that and the month after that? Because this is something profitable, and this happens whenever price is trending. So we should always try to look to see that, okay, this trade worked out, right? Why did it work out? How can we capitalize on this the next time it happens? So having that sort of mentality is really, really important. From 2.5 drawdown this month to 0.5% up this month. Oh, nice, man. Beautiful. Just lovely. You're muted. Yes, I know I'm muted. Wow, man. If I was in this trade, I closed at 136, having a runner. These are the days where your runners just keep on going. You know, you're like, okay, you know what? This is just going to keep on running.
I closed at 136 flat because we haven't had a day like this in so long. I got so happy. I'm like, yes.
You know, I think this is the best New York session move of this month.
Yes.
Like this month has been garbage since it started.
Probably Halloween. Yeah, scary.
I agree. This month has been horrible.
It's creepy. But yeah, whoever's holding runners, bring it on. No cap.
Are you holding any, Mac?
This daily wick.
No, I'm not holding any runners.
Okay.
Wow, look at that. Thing is just moving over here.
Why no, Mark?
My bias was a retest to 0.800 and then continued down, but it retested 500 and I was sleeping. So.
But you know that this hour candle is screaming sells towards support or 135, 800 at least.
Yeah, and right now it's gonzo. Yeah. Once we get the retest to 0.500, yeah. Because on the 4 hour, it kind of looked like it was gonna do a break on retest, but it didn't do it. In the 1 hour, it looked the same and it didn't do it. That's when GJ, as Rikio says, a lot of times GJ barely does any break and retests, so you gotta be careful with that.
Yeah, I mean it was just bless break below 136 230. Look at that, boom.
Yeah,
boom.
You kind of deserve it. After how many days already? We're on the 15th. 2 weeks.
Yeah, 15th. Man, if I had a runner from the 15th. From up over here, wow. Would have made easy 3,200. But I'm happy with what I have. That's good. Why didn't you open a trade on this? Because I already took a trade. I already took one trade and I just didn't. I was happy with my gains. I made $800 this morning in 5 minutes. What more do I need? That's more than enough.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let's take a look at this chart here. This is GJ, 5 minute, entered on break of bullish candle and price went down, close 75%, leaving a runner. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. I close everything at 10 pips. Whenever I leave a runner, it gets stopped out at break even. See, this is the thing. Whenever you're going to leave your runners will get stopped out 80% of the time. And it's that one time. If that thing keeps on running, it's going to keep on running. I have people in the group that they say, hey, like, you know what, man, like sometimes when our runners give us more profit than the original positions that we close at 10 pips. Because it's that I think it's that 5% chance or 10% chance that the runner keeps on running. Man, I don't know about you guys, but after eating that ice cream in the morning, I feel like fat is developing on my body right now. I can just feel it coming on.
That's just bloating.
Yeah.
Ice cream for breakfast, bro? Come on.
Yeah, I had a little ice cream cone.
Yeah, man. He's not bad.
Mac was about to say something. And then he's like, my bad.
No, it's that you used to eat a lot of ice cream for breakfast. I remember.
Bro, I think the thought came to your mind and then you analyzed it.
The filter is working.
Yeah, the filter's working.
Nah, but for real.
Yeah.
Like, I've never seen anyone eating ice cream for breakfast, but, you know, the other day I saw somebody eating a prawn for breakfast, so a shrimp.
Yeah.
Like a mushroom. Okay.
Oh, what's this? I've been here for 3 weeks and was trading demo for 8 months. Went live for the first time after a friend recommended me. Oh, nice. Beautiful. All right, let's take a look at this chart over here. This is GJ 15-minute sells. Waited for candle to close to print close. This closed bearish and below the zone, so entered at 9:15 a.m. Oh, was this London session? Yeah, this was London session. Nice. 9:15 a.m. around like 3 a.m. my time. Beautiful. Hey, Raja, you're English, but why are you brown? What's your parents' nationality? I'm from Pakistan. Assam Pakistani Munde. Pakistani Munde. All right, guys, got a winner for the day. That's my monthly bills in a year from now. Waiting patiently. See y'all tomorrow. See you. Take care. Just amazing. Amazing, man. I'm going to spend my whole day and I'm going to keep posting this trade that we called out this morning. This was going to be posted. This will be posted like 10 times for the highlights today.
Yes. Oh, I didn't break here. It's just like, ooh, like one micro pip.
Oh, wow. That's a big link over there, Lucas. What's going on here? Right, let's take a look.
You know what they say about big links? Halo top vanilla ice cream.
Oh, man. You should try the chocolate one. Halo top. Oh, I think I want to get breakfast like this now.
Wow, look, they're actually eating breakfast. Ice cream for
Yeah,
breakfast.
this is breakfast ice cream, man. Filled with protein.
Way. Crazy.
Can you share the type of orders you used for the trade? Yes. So basically, the first attempt on sells we called was right over here when the 15-minute candle broke the low. When this 15-minute candle broke the low over here and closed above support, I think we could have, well, I'm not going to say we, but if I took that sell, I would have closed my sell at that point. And then I would have waited for the 30-minute, because now when we look on the 30-minute, now we want to adjust these zones because these zones are variable, right? Based on the time frames you're looking at. So then the 30-minute broke the low over here. It gave us some more confirmation price should continue moving down. And that was the entry right over there for price to continue till 136. And now we're obviously, should continue on falling. I usually put 10 pips stop loss on my trade. That's a bad idea. And most of the time I'm getting stopped out before a trade goes my way. That's supposed to happen. I'm now cutting my losses to half and doubling. Is that a good approach? And doubling stop loss. It's not about having a 10 pip stop or having a 15 pip stop. It's about having a logical stop. Like where would it make sense for you to have a stop loss, right? Like, let's say if you entered at low break of the low over here and you're like, okay, you know what, I'm going to have a 10 pip stop, and you have a 10 pip stop right over here. What good is that going to do? What if price retraces and hits your stop loss? I think a better stop would be above these candles right over here. So you can say, okay, like, you know what, my stop is at a logical level, because even though this is a bigger stop loss, but if price comes up and you see smaller time frames closing bullish, then you can maybe core close percentage of your positions instead of just letting price hit your 20 pip stop loss, So let's take a look at this chart over here. First candle testing support over here, okay, and then third candle testing support, start for new, was going to retest the low expected, entry executed over here. Oh yeah, you should have, oh man, if you had a runner running, would have been keep on running over here. But that's how we learn. That's how we learn that, okay, like most times when you keep runners, they will always get stopped out, and then you're going to move into a thinking that, okay, my runners always get stopped out. Maybe I should just close my entire position. And when you close your entire position, that thing keeps on running, and you're like, oh man, I should have had the runner open. So, there's a probability. Gold is still ranging. Your JPY is in this range here as well. Let's take a look at this chart over here. Can you review this trade I took in during pre and why? Okay. Waited for retest, entered after support formed, use the 5-minute candle to enter. This is a 30-minute time frame because I didn't have a good high time frame, too risky even if it was a win. 20 pips. I think it was pretty good. So you enter right over here on the smaller time frames. It provided you some confirmation we should continue up. I think you also saw support on the smaller time frame and the 15-minute. I think this was, I would want to say it was risky, but you had enough range over here, right? From down support to up over here, I think it was the 30 pip range. So I think it's pretty good. If that range would have been smaller, then I would have said, okay, you know what? It's kind of risky at that point. Sending a chart for the first time from Hungary. All right, let's take a look here. Coming straight from Hungary. Okay, 15-minute candle close bearish. At 10 pips secured 80%. Oh, nice, beautiful. Yeah, I had the same. I had the same entry over here. Yeah, very nice. Have you taken any trades? Yes, I took one trade. Let's take a look at this chart over here. This is GJ 1-hour chart, secure 75 of my position. Beautiful. Awesome, man. Like, you know what? It's so amazing to see when people win. It's also so amazing to see when people manage risk. Even though if you're not winning, but if you're managing your risk, if you're focusing on keeping your losses small, that's also a win. For me, that's a win. You know, for me, that's a win because now you're not losing more. The first thing that happens is when we come to trading, we're basically coming to trading because we saw someone on Instagram with luxury cars, or we saw someone on Instagram wearing expensive clothes and going on a nice vacation. So we have this idea, okay, we want to start trading to make money, you know. But what happens when you come towards, like, you know, trading here? When you actually start trading, instead of making money, you start losing money, right? Because you have this idea, okay, like, you know what, if that guy has money from trading, I wouldn't do that too. But you don't know what their background was. You don't know what they did to get that money, right? So I think that's where people go wrong when they look at the social trading platform over here, because I think the main thing you should look at is not to make money, is to see that how can you manage your risk. Because when you can first focus on how to manage, if you can learn how to manage risk, money is going to come in easy later on. Like, that takes a long time to come in. Profitability takes the longest, but managing risk, man, you can do that from now on. So when we move into 2021, I'm going to put my entire focus on, like, really spreading this information on managing risk, because I think the entire Forex community, the trading community, is all lost on making money. You know, I mean, that's not how things work. You need to learn how to manage risk. That's how you keep your losses small, man. Like, people used to tell me, hey, Raja, listen, just keep your losses small and keep your winners big. And I'm like, okay, how? How do you do that? How do you keep losses small? You know, and guys will always say, oh, look at this trade I took. It was so simple. Just did this, did that, you know. But anyway, we're going to try to change things 1 year at a time. So 2021 is going to be focused on managing risk for everybody. What I like about your view of the market is simplicity and consistency, not to forget about money management. Yeah, that's absolutely true. I mean, you need to be, like, treat markets really, really simply, right? Like, let's say if someone is coming to the charts at this point, there's no trade. There's absolutely no trade at this point, because you see this big candle here, you see this big candle. These were the trades. So if you are coming to this chart at this point, you've missed a trade. I think another opportunity would be for price to wait for price to come up, create like a minor resistance, and then continue moving down. Would you show us another entry to this sell? It's not magic, you know. It's not like I can pull a rabbit out of a hat. You know, can you pull a rabbit out of the hat again? It's not like that. I mean, if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen, right? So a better idea would be man, I just can't. I don't know. A better idea would be to wait for price to come up, create like a minor resistance, and then come down. So yeah, I mean, your JPY is ranging at this point here now. See this? We have a range over here. when you manage your risk well and then the trade goes your way, how do you accept that you were right but got out? You just got to accept it, because trading is like throwing darts, right? It's like throwing darts. Every shot you make, you're expecting to hit the bullseye, or you're expecting to hit the red corners or the black corners, right? And with every shot, you're getting better, right? You're not getting that perfect bullseye, but you're getting better, right? Trading is just the same thing. Whenever you're managing risk, you're getting unsure sometimes about things, and then you close out your entire position and trade goes your way. Then you're looking at that and say that, okay, you know what? I managed risk, I closed percentage of the position, but something in me, it closed everything. So what could I have done to leave certain position open? Or maybe what could I have done to maybe, like, I could have added some positions to the trade, right? So I've just got to look at that, okay, how could I have done things differently? And using that information, then you move on to the next day. So it's basically all about moving on. Whenever you take a loss, just move on to the next day. You take a win, move on to the next day. That happened to me on Monday. Monday I took a trade, it was a loss. I moved on to Tuesday. I took a trade on Tuesday, it was a loss. That was all on live. I took a trade live on Tuesday, it was a loss. Moved on to Wednesday, came to Wednesday, took a trade, it was a winning trade. And then moved on to gold, and then and then moved on to Thursday over here. And Thursday took one trade, it was the win. And now we're gonna move on to Friday. So you just gotta keep on, keep on moving on. I think the problem is that people don't treat wins like they should treat losses. If you're talking about, like, just say one trade a day, you take one trade a day, you call it a day. You take a win, you call it a day. You take a loss, you call it a day. What people do is, like, they take a loss, they're like, all right, let me go back and attack the market again. And the market gives you an uppercut, and then you're done. So you got to call it a day. What do you think? What do you think when you close all your position and after price continues that direction? We talked about that. How many accounts have you blown in the past? How many accounts have I blown in the past? That's irrelevant. Yeah, that doesn't matter. I think like 3 accounts. 2.5. I'd say 2.5. I was about to blow the 3rd account, but then I added more money and then started consistently. All right. Let's take a look at this chart over here. This is, ooh, nice. Executed second chance sells as price broke below the low. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful done. Giving your trade a second chance. This is a gulag zone, no trade zone. Buys above 136,630. Perfect. Absolutely beautiful. Amazing. First time sender from Canada. Okay. My home country. Oh, wow. Look at this. Price created a support. Awesome. Price broken close below support. Look at this, man. This is an example of a perfectly labeled chart. This is so beautiful. So amazing to read. Support created in a zone, waiting for the next candle to make high and break the low of the previous 30-minute to get in. Took an entry once, flipped bearish, anticipated to continue bearish. Took 80% here, stops at break even. Final target at 15-minute support, 33 pips. Amazing. Beautiful, man. If I were you, I would print this and I would paste it on my wall, and then I would just focus on looking for that situation to happen to take a trade. Can you explain your gold sell yesterday? Absolutely, yes. Let's explain that gold sell yesterday. So basically what was happening was this was a rejection on gold, right? So if we look on the weekly time frame, this is what I was looking at gold, right? Looking at weekly, what we see is that there was a support form on the weekly, and maybe this weekly candle was doing some sort of a rejection up over here for price to continue moving down, right? So this is where I was creating my bias at this point. So if it was doing a rejection to continue down, let's take a look on the daily time frame right over here. And now we're looking at the daily. This daily candle was still moving, but it was closing bullish. So then I moved on to a 4-hour time frame. Looking at the 4-hour, I saw that price was continuing bearish at this point, and if this was a rejection of this area right over here to continue down, I think I had an opportunity for price to continue down to bottom of this range at 1889. So I went down to the 1 hour time frame. I saw price like, close bearish, had the 1 hour candle closing bearish at this point. And then look at the 30-minute candle. 30-minute candle was also closing bearish at this point. And then I saw an entry based on like, 1906.52. So I saw an entry based on 1906.52, and then it just continued falling, and then I closed at around 1900. Yeah, closed it around 1900. So this sell was kind of like the same sell as we had on GJ right over here. Once we broke the low on GJ, price fell down. Same thing was right over here. Once we broke this low, price fell down. But the most beautiful thing about this was that this 30-minute candle closed with no wick at the bottom. This means there was no selling range. So when the candle broke below this low, it was just perfect for price to continue down. The stop was a little bigger. That's why I used a smaller lot size, and I'm glad it continued down. So I basically secured profits. It was pretty good. I was pretty happy with that. Looks like GPJPY is now starting to turn down here again. Just by looking at the 15-minute, this candle is about to close. Man, if it continues on beyond 135, 880, it's gone. So I'm new to trading. Where do I learn how to trade? You keep talking of support and bullish. I think the best place for you to learn is www.babypips.com. Babypips. Keep talking about support and bullish. Holy, that's hilarious. So you should start from preschool. Go towards what is Forex and how do you trade Forex and so, yeah. I think that's going to be the question of the day over here. Oh man. Okay. Oh, someone made 3% of their FTMO account. Man, I hope they let you trade. I think what FTMO does, FTMO watches me trade, and when they see someone trade like me, they suspend their account. They're like, oh, you trade like Raja Banks? All right, we're going to suspend your account.
No way.
Yeah, man, that's all they do, because every person who's a scalper, who scalps, who scalps for maybe like 5-minute scalps, 10-minute scalps, they message me saying, hey bro, FTMO suspended my account. And I'm like, why? And it's the same corporate bullshit that they gave everyone. Oh, we don't like the way you trade. I mean, why? What's wrong with making money?
Right, like they think it's just like they just go in and just throw 10 lots in one trade for 2 pips and just close it right away.
Yeah, so before the gulag gets mad at me, I'm just going to stop talking about that now.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Yeah.
It's a sensible conversation.
Sensitive.
Topic.
Yeah, it's a sensible topic.
It's sensible.
All right, let's steer the direction of the conversation to this chart over here. Waiting for candle to close below 4-hour support and create resistance to entry. That's actually a pretty good idea. I think I would be waiting for price to create like a minor resistance to continue down. All right, let's take a look here. Oh, whoa, this chart hit me like so much information over here. What's this? GJ wins. I took a ton of info on a breakdown that can help people. 5-minute, 15-minute. This is the 1 hour. You got the 4 hour over here. This is a 30-minute. Entry taken. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to send this chart in the gulag over here. I really like how you label charts, with your notes over here and with your entries and explanations right over here. I'm going to paste this in the gulag here for them to get it.
Yeah.
I will show you trades on 5-minute can be done. Okay. Yeah, man, things can be done on every time frame. things can be done in 5 minutes, 1 minute, tick charts. You can do whatever you want, you know, but you just got to be extremely good at it. People message me, say, oh, you say this about this. I don't say anything about anyone right now, you know, like Fibonacci's work, harmonics work. You just got to just focus on those things. That's it. You know, the thing is, like, people start, you know, they start with one strategy. They will go on that strategy for about, you know, like 2-3 weeks, and then they will jump onto another strategy, and then they will jump onto another strategy, you know, and then those things are not going to work. I've been just stuck to just one thing for the last 3 years, and now it's paying off finally. You know, it just took time. And the only thing that's not going to work is overtrading, right? What's the difference between yeah, I'm not going to talk about that. We already talked about that in a lot of live streams. Are the majority of your losses impulse entries or candle close entries? I think most of the trades I close in minor losses are impulse entries. Yeah, those are impulse entries.
Look, I posted up a chart about gold with numbers. So
okay, let's take a look here. Oh yeah, Mac. Below this area.
Mm-hmm.
How big is this range over here? Ah, not that big.
Yeah, so what I'm waiting is just a small pullback before unemployment claims, and then for it to go up again. From yesterday, it didn't break 1912, so maybe today we can expect that break to continue up. But
hey,
for news.
Yeah, just wait for news. Hey, quick question. So I would say I'm semi-profitable, but I'm skeptical about putting more money in my account so far. I'm trading 2,000, want to increase it to 6, not because I don't have it, but simply because I don't want to lose it. I guess any suggestions? I think my biggest suggestion is that going to be to continue on with your 2,000, continue on till the end of the year, right? And then by the end of the year, you're going to know how profitable you are on that 2,000. If you're profitable by the end of this year, let's say you can say, okay, like, you know what, I'm not losing a lot of money, but I'm not making a lot as well. So that way you're going to be in a break-even zone, right? Once you're in a break-even zone, starting next year, you know, January, February, then you're going to start to understand that, okay, you're in a break-even zone. How long do you stay in that break-even zone during January as well? Because this is going to be the time where your discipline is going to be created based around, you know, not over trading and not over risking. Because the point is, when people start trading, right, there's a point comes where you start to get disciplined, right? That discipline generally lasts for about a week. And during that week, you're not making profits, you're not making big losses, you're basically stuck at break even. That's a very, very crucial point, because when you're stuck at break even for about a week or 2 weeks, two things happen, right? One of two things happen. Person A, what they're going to do is they will get frustrated and they will start over trading because they just want profits. You know, you start over trading. Once you start over trading, you start losing that discipline momentum. You start going in drawdown and losses, and things just start getting bad and bad and bad. Then person two, what he does is they're like, okay, you know what? I'm going to stay in this break-even zone. And the longer you stay in that break-even zone, better you start understanding yourself. You start enjoying the process. You know, so once you start enjoying the process, then you're like, okay, slowly, then you start getting out of that break-even zone, you know, with tiny profits, and you start getting comfortable, you start getting confident, you really start enjoying trading. Like at this point right over here, I'm not looking at any trades at all. Took one trade, called this trade down, and that's it. I don't need anything more. There are people in the gulag who were in buys on GJ like fiends. I mean, why just stop being a trading fiend? You know, and that's what most people are. You guys are just trading fiends. You know, you take a sell, you win this trade, and then you take a buy, and you're winning a buy, and now you're going in bad habits. You know, so you really got to stop those bad habits, because fiends get nowhere. You know, I mean, it's just natural. Fiends get nowhere. So stop being a trading fiend and be a very disciplined trader. Disciplined trader is not over trading. You know, it's funny because we have grown-ups here as well, and I was in that stage once as well. And we're like, okay, you know what? I'm a grown-up. I've seen life. I'm not going to overtrade. I'm going to stay disciplined. But no. I heard from a lot of traders that the month December is a real hard month to trade. What do you think about the month December? I think the month December is just like any other month up till the 20th of December. You know, that's when volume starts to go down. I think it's just another month basically, because in December you have a lot of volume sometimes too, because you know you have holidays, you have Christmas, you have people spending money, you have people like buying stuff. So when people spend money in the market to buy stuff, that generates tax revenue, that generates a lot of like, you know, like employment also goes up a little bit because, you know, now warehouses are employing people, temporary staff is being employed, so that's good for the economy. So as you see gold over here, by the way, it's breaking below the lows here to continue down towards 1890, I would say. I mean, I would guess it should continue down to 1890.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for news. It might be a pullback to continue up. No.
Yeah, it should continue down. Will you continue this live session till next year? Yes. I heard from... If an account took 2 months to blow and now it's taking 3 months, should I call it improvement? I think you should really stop trading at that point. Because if you can't be disciplined to not... the only way you'll blow an account is because you're over trading. That's it. How much profit this year? I'm not going to talk about my profit, but I will tell you is that my tax bill is going to be around $130,000, and tax rate here in Canada is 13%. So just do the math over there. Are you reading this chart on 1 hour time frame or minutes? What's your time? I don't understand that question. Are you reading this chart on 1 minute time frame? Hey, why are you so rude and discouraging? I'm not rude, man.
He's just playing around and people take it serious.
No, I'm the most happy person you'll meet in your life, trust me.
I'm the second.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, there's no trade at this point. I mean, what do you want to do? There's no trade. I mean, if I tell people not overtrade, is that rude? No, man, it's not rude. Market is rude. Market doesn't care if you lose. I care when you lose. When you lose, I will tell you that you're a dumbass, you're overtrading. When you lose, when the market takes your money, market doesn't even talk to you. It just continues going. You know, you overtrade, it even takes more money from you. That's rude and discouraging, trust me. I'm moving to Canada if it's 13%. Actually, it's 13% on the first 500,000 you make, and then they changed some policies, and over what you make over the next 500,000, it's 17%. So that's how that works. Everything you say is absolutely true. Who doesn't believe you should experience for themselves? Yeah, man. Market, like I've experienced a lot of things in the market. I've experienced big drawdowns. I've experienced the worst thing I've experienced in the market was having a huge drawdown, closed the entire drawdown, and in the next hour that price fell beyond my take profit. I've experienced that maybe 2 or 3 times. And after that, I was like, okay, you know what? I'm done holding drawdowns. I'm never going to hold drawdowns. And that was the moment where I said, okay, you know what? That's it. No more drawdown for Raja. If price goes in drawdown, getting impatient with it, getting out of it. And then I'm going to wait. 1,500 people paid 500 each. Did you consider that as possible income to in market fluidity? It's not 1,500. It's actually around like 900, something like that. And the rest are just clones. Somehow Slack is adding clones, just 900 some that. And 900 didn't pay 500 because that 900 also includes people who joined maybe like 3 years ago when the price is really low. There are a lot of friends added in there as well. I've also put a lot of favors too, so it's not like that. Plus, for my education and the things I teach, that's me being employed by market fluidity to deliver a service. So whatever profits market fluidity is making, the teaching thing, the live stream here, the hours I spend here on the live stream, that counts as expenses. You know, because if I don't do those expenses, my tax bill is going to be through the roof. You know, so I got to add expenses. So basically me spending this time here, I'm charging market fluidity for my time. So you got to be smart about when you're running a business as well. You know, you got to come up with expenses. You got to create bills for yourself. You know, this thing took time. I actually learned about financial literacy this year. This year I started learning about market financial literacy. It's really, really important. You know, because it's not all about just making money. Because when you're making money, someone's watching you. And if you're not taking care of that money, they're going to come back for you. They're going to come back and they're going to take everything you have. So you got to be very, very sensible in how you do things financially. You know, it's good to make money, but at the same time, man, you got to pay taxes, and then you got to protect those taxes, and then you got to protect your money as well at the same time. You've seen many people doing trading. Have you seen anyone failing just because he is unlucky? I mean, did you ever see anyone who was disciplined not going over trading? No. I've seen a lot of people fail, and the only reason I've seen them fail is because of over trading. I say this every day. Over trading, over risking, that's the only way you're going to lose money. Only way you're going to lose money. Where did you learn financial literacy from? Number one, my mentor, Uncle Ted. I learned a lot about, you know, financing, like finances through him, and then my accountant. You know, so you need two things in your life. You need a good mentor, and then you need accountant. Oh, and a lawyer. You need a lawyer too. You need really good accountants, and you need a really good lawyer. So two people you have in your life there, you're set. So far in GJ, there's no trade at this point. If you're looking for sells, you're basically looking for a break of the low at 135,960 or waiting for a minor resistance to form for price to continue down. If you grew your account to X million in 4 years, how much was in your account when you first became profitable? I actually never, my account never went above 1 million. Never went, the most it went to about, I mean, right now it's close to 300,000, but it's never went above, I'd say like 400,000. It kept withdrawing money. I think I get a little antsy when I have too much money in the brokerage account. I just don't like it. So this is the first time it's grown this much, and I'm just going to withdraw by the end of November. What do you feel about this 30-minute wick? Do you think we will fill before a move up? I don't know. I think we're waiting for a price to create like a resistance for it to continue bearish. So let's see if that happens or not. Ted is not in the live stream because he's mad at the market structure. I think he's mad. He's mad at the whole October over here. I think people should really stop talking about in the gulag how much money people have and just focus on how you can bring yourself up. I mean, I never ever looked at how much money someone has. Never. Maybe because I think I was like matured when I came into trading. I never looked into those things. But I think when you're young, you're really focused on how much someone else is moving or making. So you should really stop doing that and start focusing on how you can get better. Can you write off commissions? Yes, you can write off commissions. The commissions you pay to trade, you can write that off. The losses you take, you can write those off too. So if you're taking big losses in trading, you can write all that off, man. If you're running a business and you're also trading at the same time and you're taking losses, you can write that off as expenses against your business. I'm interested in how much you had to understand the potential of trading over time. Well, once upon a time, we came to Canada, we bought a tent, used to live in a tent down in the suburbs in Toronto, and then I discovered trading, and trading changed my life. No, man, like when I first started trading, I had a very good job. I had a lot of savings. I started trading just because I was bored. I had a lot of time on my hands. That's why I started trading, because I wanted to know what else was out there, and yeah, that was it. When I look at someone who's super, super successful, I don't look at how much they have, but I'm more interested in how they got there. And that's inspiring to me. I'm like, wow, man, this guy got there because of this. Wow, that's amazing. Wish I can do that. Wish I can get to that level. Like, I was talking to my buddy the other day, and he was talking about how now he runs actually that's a relevant conversation. How do you log the hours you work on the stream against expenses? So basically, I charge market fluidity $150 an hour. It depends on how the day goes. I mean, this day is good. I'm going to charge market fluidity between $150 to $200 an hour. So if I'm going to spend 3 hours here in the live streams, that's $600. So I'm going to charge them $600. Then market fluidity is going to say, okay, if market fluidity makes in trading, let's say this month they make 15,000 in profits, right? 15,000 in profits means you're going to have to pay percentage tax on that. And then they'll say, okay, out of this 15,000, we got to subtract commissions. We have to subtract losses. And then we have to subtract $600 a day paying to Raja banks. So that way, once they pay me $600 in expenses, now the profit comes down from 15,000 to maybe, let's say 6,000, so now you pay tax on 6,000. Not on 15,000, but 6,000, and then I pay my own personal tax because market fluidity paid me money, so, I mean, get yourself a good accountant, get yourself a good accountant and have things structured once you get profits rolling in, and all the chart work you do, that also counts as expenses, your mobile phone, your internet, your electricity, percentage of your mortgage goes towards an expense. Every repair I do in the house, that's expense. You see that thing right over there? That sign that says Raja Banks, that cost me $800. What's that? That's also an expense. The computer is an expense. This table is an expense. I go to Best Buy, I buy things from Best Buy, they're all expenses. So you have to be financially literate. That's why, whenever people come on and they say, oh yeah, you know what, I'm 20 something years old and I made this much money, they don't know about it. They don't know about these things. They can't talk about that because you need experience in life to get to that level. You need good mentorship. You need good people on your side to guide you as you make money, because making money is cool, but keeping money is more important. Grant Cardone, even though he runs a shady realty business, whatever he's doing, but man, he knows his money, so someone is saying Raja is Hoshyar. Yes. Hoshyar means clever. Are we live right now? Yes, you're live. If I become a stripper, can I count that as expense? Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, what's this guy name? Bizzle Tree. Yeah, I think you can do something with that. Entertainment expense. How much time have you spent figuring out what trading style suits you the best before you start to stick to your trading style? Here's the thing, right? As human beings, we are very impatient, right? In the world we're living in right now, this is the world where you're supposed to get things like really quick, right? When you're supposed to get things really quick, you become impatient, you become anxious a lot, right? So when I started trading, I saw that, okay, I wanted my gains to come in really quick, so obviously I gravitated more towards scalping, so when I gravitated more towards scalping, over time I realized that, okay, scalping is going to be very, very profitable if I only focus on times when there's going to be volume in the market. And when is there going to be volume in the market? Your market opens, your pre-markets, market closes, news events, announcements, there's going to be a lot of volume there. So I basically gravitated towards that, and then started focusing on pre-New York, and yeah, that was it. Would you look for a close below 960 on down and impulse trade? Yes. Yes, that could work. That could work. If we break below the low, that could work. But then you'll have to be cautious about this wick over here, because we had this rejection, and looking left, we had this rejection here again. But if we can pass through this area, then we can continue down towards 135, 750, 135, 700. Because if price is going to continue down, either it's going to create a minor resistance to continue down, or it's going to break this low to continue down. Ooh, your JPY is also continuing down over here. It looks like it can come down towards 123, 100. Like 10 more pips. All right. Looks like someone out there in the universe is looking at these cells here as we broke below the low over here. We're breaking below the low. But the thing is, this is the NY open, and we're breaking the low in the first 5 minutes. This is where things get really, really complicated, right? Because if this is breaking the low in the first 5 minutes, then it's risky.
Receive coin first before payment.
Holy, come on, man. Because if it's breaking the low in the first 5 minutes over here, it becomes risky, because we don't know whether this candle is just wicking down to have some sort of a bullish move to continue down, or what. If this was breaking the low in, let's say, within the 20 minutes of the 1 hour open, or the 30 minutes of the 1 hour open, then that would have made sense to take the impulse sell over here for price to continue down. But in this stage, I'd be very, very cautious. Because look at the 1 hour candle here. 1 hour candle is coming down in the first 5 minutes, and it's actually pretty risky. Right? So you may want to have price break the low. Like, look, it broke once, came up. Maybe the second or third time if it does this, I think it's going to be pretty big. So it gets risky in the first 5 minutes. When you look to the left, sometimes it looks messy. Consolidations. How do you draw your zone? Sometimes I get lost doing it. See, consolidation basically means ranging, right? So if you're looking left and you see consolidation, this means there's a probability price may start consolidating here as well. That's all what it basically means. Because candles are always looking left to see what their buddies were doing to the left-hand side. So even if you look on the 4 hour, this is the 4 hour support, but price is coming down hard. So we don't know whether the price is going to come through this area to fill this wick, which is going to be the daily wick, or we will reject this. If it's going to reject the support, I think you need a rejection on the 30-minute time frame at this point over here. But if it continues bearish, then there's a very, very high probability we're going to continue moving bearish till 135, 750, I guess. Hey, can you explain why you said you need a lawyer? You need a lawyer when you're looking to open trust accounts. You're looking to open like different funds for your savings. So you need lawyers for that. My main goal was to have my 1 full year of expenses put aside, so that if anything goes wrong, those expenses are set aside, and that I put in a low fee US index fund. Because that does like minor returns over months, over years. So it's placed safely in that. So if let's say tomorrow something happens to me and I lose everything, that 1 year worth of bills are safe somewhere. So I can just pull that out and continue on with my life. So that's where my goal is, to just keep on increasing that fund over there. All right, we're breaking below the low over here. It should continue bearish at this point. Even though this is the first 10 minutes of the 1 hour time frame, I still think this is a very good probability for price to continue down, so if we're moving into a high volume time frame over here. And even if you took a sell at this point, I think now you can drop down to 15 minute and really manage risk at that point. Because now you want the 15 minute to stay below 135, let's say 960, to continue bearish. Oh wow, your JPY is almost there. Damn, that moved pretty quick. Wow, look at that. Moving over here. GJ is also moving over here. Can you buy property with your market fluidity company? Yes, you can buy. That's investment property. If you're going to buy properties with the corporation, you have to pay, I think it's 25% down, 30% down. So if you're looking for a $1 million property, you're putting down 300,000 cash. So you can do that as well. Would you say trading is 40% risk management, 40% psychology, and 20% strategy? I think trading is 60% psychology and 30% risk management and 10% execution. Because execution is the easy part. You execute, that's it. The rest is just managing risk, managing your psychology. Like if you're in this trade over here, let's say if someone entered a sell on GJ right over here, right? And price is coming down. Now you're just in a trade and you're just managing that trade. If you see the candle close above this area, then you're basically saying to yourself, okay, I want to manage my risk because I thought it's going to go down. It's closing above this area. Now I'm not sure whether it's going to go down or not. But if it closes below this area, then you're like, okay, perfect. I'm going to stay in this trade because there's a high probability for price to continue down. And the only reason I say that be careful at this point, because you have a wick over here, because candle came down and rejected it, right? So you're very cautious about this price. So you need candle to break below this area to continue down. But if it rejects it and closes above, 135.970, then you got to manage your risk at that point.
It's coming, baby.
What's coming, baby?
Those targets for GJ, man. Come on.
Kerwin, Papa.
Kerwin is coming, baby.
Target for GJ.
Why is your voice like that?
Because I'm half sleepy.
Oh, that's why your webcam is off.
Yeah, that's what mine is off too.
Why you guys having bad hair days or what?
Yeah, bad hair day and.
Want me to send you some hats so you can wear them?
Yeah, Sasha. Yeah, my eyes hurt too.
All right, let's take a look at this chart over here. This is GJ only taking a sell if we break and close below here. Oh, that price over there. I think that's going to be a little too late at that point. We're breaking below this point to continue down. And if you look to the left, we have clean candles over here for price to fill. but this is the only thing that it needs to break below to continue. The 15-minute candle is also about to close at this point. Your JPY went towards target down here. The gold also went towards 1889. What was the aha moment that made you realize this is what you need to do to consistently maintain profitability? Honestly, 1 to 2 trades a day. That's it. That was my aha moment. 1 or 2 trades a day. Because I realized that if I can just focus on one setup and just focus on one trade a day, all it's going to take is time. That's all it's going to take is time. You know, because when we came to Canada, we had a leather business in Pakistan. So we moved that here in Canada. We came with 2 luggage bags. And last year, the leather business did around 1.2 million in sales. It went really, really well. So it took 8 years to build to that amount. You know, it took 8 years. Our first year, our sales were like maybe 30,000. You know, after 8 years, crossing over 7 figures, right? So when I came to trading, I had the same. In the start, you know, my mindset was pretty off. You know, I wanted to make a lot of money pretty quick, kept losing, didn't really work. But then I realized, hey, like, you know what? Let's look at it logically. If this is I'm going to start as a business, it's going to take time. And what do I have to do to make sure that it doesn't, you know, end me? So I need to end it. So, like, you know, just focused on 1 to 2 trades a day, and I knew it's going to take time. So the same situation here is happening on GJ right now, where price is retracing. The 15-minute candle is about to close above this area. So selling becomes really not a good idea at this point here, right? So someone who's overtrading, stop overtrading. If you're basically taking your first trade over here, you're just managing your risk at this point. When you're targeting a daily wick fill, do you leave a runner to go to the entire wick fill or until any important zone like 135, 750 in this scenario? See, when I'm targeting a daily wick fill and I have a runner running, I'm just letting it run. You know, because if you have a runner running and stops at break even, you're accepting the fact that it can stop you out at break even, and you're also accepting the fact that it can continue running through a daily wick fill. You know, so you really don't have any emotion tied to it. But at the same time, you can probably, like, you know, keep trailing your stops too. Like, you can move your stop above this 30-minute candle here. My aha moment was when I started using only 3 time frames and stopped trading gold. That was my one aha moment too. Stopped trading pairs I didn't know much about. Are the assets and money in your corporation protected if you get a divorce? We have an agreement on that. It's a very civil agreement, and I think you need to have those kind of agreements. But I mean, I don't think that could happen. I don't know. That can't happen. See, marriage is a very sensitive topic. Marriage, I think, is like trading, right? Right? Marriage is like trading. Sometimes when you do impulse marriages, I think impulse marriages, they go towards stop loss pretty faster. So you need to have certain things in place, right? Sometimes when marriages are properly planned, I think they take profit really slowly. It's like a swing trade. You're managing the trade as it's going, you know, so marriage should be like a swing trade. You're really managing every aspect of the move. Sometimes there can be some volatile news and things can just go haywire. So you just got to stay calm. You got to stay calm and be like okay with it, right? But sometimes, you know, things can go really smooth and you just got to ride the wave, you know, so yeah, it's gotta. In marriage, swing trades work perfectly, you know.
Imagine a swing trade with gold, with a girl like gold.
Yeah, you know, and when you have a swing trade marriage, every kid you have, that's like adding a position. You know, every time you have a child, you're adding a position to that trade. So it keeps on moving profits, because the more positions you add, the less likelihood there is for you to hit stop loss.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So Kerwin is in deep profits right now when it comes to marriage. Like 8 positions? Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Crazy.
And like 7 different pairs. No, I'm just
Shut up,
kidding.
man.
Just
Shut
kidding.
You have
Just
8
kidding.
kids?
Oh, man. Yeah, we gotta remove Mac here now.
Trust. So the commission must be the mother-in-law, right?
I don't know.
That's the commission.
Yeah, like 8 per lot.
Would you recommend trading FX based on news? No. Hey Raja, will you ever do mentorship? I don't know. I don't think I should do that. Wow, your JPY filled that range and rejected. It's like pulling up its pants. See this 15-minute candle? 15-minute candle closed above this area, so selling becomes really difficult at this point. 30-minute candle is also about to close in 10 minutes before unemployment news over here for the US dollar. So we're going to keep an eye on gold, how it moves when that news comes in. Ooh, gold is moving up at this point.
Yes.
Yeah, very nice.
Like I said.
Can you explain why when news release spreads are so high? Yes. So basically what happens is spreads is basically where the brokers make money, right? When you have a higher spread, brokers make a lot of money when you have a higher spread. So basically right now when there's no news, the spreads are pretty calm. So brokers want people to trade, you know, when the spreads are calm, because the more people trade, the more money they're going to make. Now, they also know whenever there is news, the spreads are higher because they don't expect anyone to trade when the spreads are higher, because they think that people are smart for the most part and they don't want people to trade on higher spreads, because when you trade on higher spreads, you're going to be paying more to trade. But they also know that there are people who will want to trade news when there is higher spread. So they know that when they are dumbasses who will take trades when there's a higher spread, they want the most money from them. That's why the spreads increase, because brokers are looking for a lot, like a bigger gain, you know. So that's why the spreads are higher. Oh, so look at this 30-minute candle. It's coming back down now. 30-minute candle is coming back down. Now, this is coming back down below the low of the previous 30-minute candle after 21 minutes into this 1 hour. Now it makes much better sense for price to continue moving down.
And gold is pushing up.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Why is November 2020 going to be the last lifetime intake for market fluidity? Because managing people and doing mentorship and giving reviews and help, it takes a lot of time, you know. And I think if I take on more people in 2021 as lifetime members, then that's going to take away time from the things I want to do, you know, some other things I'm getting involved in. So that's why this is going to be the last lifetime intake. What's going to happen after that? It's just, I'm still deciding what I'm going to do with that, because I enjoy teaching. I enjoy live streams. Live streams are still going to go on because I really, really enjoy live streams.
I feel it coming.
I feel it coming.
It's coming down now. This should continue bearish.
Yeah, man.
135.750. Were you in any trades during S&B crisis? No, I was not. I was in a GU sell in June 2016 when Brexit happened. I remember I was doing door to door and I was knocking on this woman's door at 6 p.m. and she came out the door and I was in a GU sell on a 1 cent lot. And I looked at my phone, it was up like $12. I'm like, oh wow, shit, $12? I closed that trade and I started talking to the woman who was on the door while I was doing door to door. And that was like, oh wow, what happened? I didn't even know it was Brexit. I knew Brexit was happening, but I was like, all right, let's just take sells. Let's see what happens. I was up $12. It's a pretty magical moment for me.
The woman was probably British.
I don't know.
Wow, gold is moving right now. It's pushing.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens because if the numbers come out, if the numbers are lower numbers, that means it's good for the US dollar because you want unemployment claims to be lower and they're expecting a lower number.
Right.
So basically, if this candle closes below support, then price is bound to continue down, right? Yeah, so if this 30-minute candle closes below this low, then there's a higher probability for price to continue down. But if it closes above this low, then the probability decreases significantly. So it's all about probabilities, right? Whether you want to stay in a higher probability or do you want to stay in a lower probability. That's the fight we have every day. And you only get to do that once a day, every day in trading. Once a day, twice a day, that's it. Nothing more. Any tips for starting to trade US30? I think you're asking the wrong person. I tested US30 over 3 months and I was unsuccessful at it. Mainly because US30 doesn't really move during this time of the market. It moves closer to NYC open and I'm actually busy during that time. So it doesn't suit me to trade that pair. Would you ever manage accounts? No. No. You will open a watch store? No. Can you please explain how unemployment claims will affect pairs? Yeah, because it's a US dollar news event, right? If the unemployment claims are low, this means less people filed for unemployment. When less people file for unemployment, this means more people are employed. When more people are employed, this means the businesses are rocking and rolling because they're producing more sales, right? So that's good for the economy. All right, I'm gonna go get my coffee and some food and we'll be right back.
Kerwin. Kerwin.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Hey, did you back test the unemployment claims from last month on gold?
No, man.
Do you remember what it was?
Yeah.
What was it?
Yeah, numbers were good. And
good?
yeah, but gold continued moving up and later on around 9:45 of 10 a.m. started dropping. Big drop. Usually
drop.
Yeah, usually gold does that.
Yeah, but I don't
With the
think
news, you know, when the news doesn't do anything, like
right, it absorbs it later, right?
yeah.
But seeing gold right now, like it's on a bullish trend, so that's I mean, I don't know. I'm 10 pips on gold.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna be looking for buys on gold above 1900s, 1901, 1902. From there, yeah, I may look for some buys, but other than that, no, man, it's gonna be a tricky buy if I take buys on gold.
Now?
Yeah, now, because the news may pull back a lot. Yeah, to retest that area of support, and yeah, for me, no, man, I'm still holding some sales on GJ from last night, and I'm just for fun. I'm just letting it run toward the 800 area, 700 area, then, and that's it.
What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna close half.
Okay. Yeah, secure some just in case. That the spread is wide. It's open really wide.
Yeah.
During news, so just
I have a buy stop above 1902. I mean, 1897.
Okay.
Hopefully, we could break 1912 since we did it yesterday.
Oh man, that's be beautiful.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. I think I sent the chart. Yeah. Hey. She's pushing nicely. All right, here we go. Nothing. Nope, nothing. Nada.
It's still moving.
Oh, it's moving.
Yeah, but be careful because it may do a heavy pullback. Like I said, I'm not looking for buys from there.
Yeah, now my stops are breaking even right now, so.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna retest that support.
Maybe not.
Yeah. Yeah.
17 pips off.
Oh, nothing really happened here.
Yeah, I closed at 17 pips, so.
G just still creating that structure to continue bearish.
Yeah, it's just technically moving up.
Let's take a look at these numbers. Ooh, bad numbers. Holy, close to 900,000.
So bad numbers like last month.
Yeah.
Yeah, economy's not getting any better.
Economies is not going to get any better.
No.
As if Mac writes the monetary statements for the US.
Yeah. Economy's not getting any better, son.
Good thing Mac's not a public figure, man. Gold, everything would have just tanked a while ago. Gold would have shot up.
I'm closing 20 pips on gold. No, actually, I'm going to just...
I'm probably going to mute you right over here.
Yeah,
because one thing
ahead.
I don't like is just, I don't know, man. Trading news is a no-go. Right?
No.
Yeah, trading news is a no-go, right? And that really pushes new traders into believing that trading news is okay.
No, man, I didn't trade news. I had buys from like way before.
Okay, but just gotta...
Yeah, chill.
Sorry to ask, but I have to ask. Oh, okay. Sorry to ask, but I have to ask. In worst case, that if you die, okay. If you die, who will take care of the paid lifetime mentoring, or will it just end? It's just gonna end, man. That's it. That's it. Dunzo. Raja Banks hit stop loss. Gone. Raja Banks hit stop loss.
Right now, lifetime membership is full margin.
I think I should put that in the terms and condition. In case I die, lifetime membership ends at that point.
I'm knocking on wood, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should put that in there.
Whether I die or you die, it ends there.
People don't read that. It's like the Apple agreement. It's like a computer agreement. They're not gonna read that. They're gonna be like, "Where's Mac at?" It's like, Mac, not gonna take over. I'm out. Hasta la vista.
Oh, Raja died. I want my refund.
Exactly. I want my refund.
Oh, Raja passed away. Oh. No. Knock on wood. I don't want to die right now.
Knock on wood.
Got too many things to do. But you know, like life is unpredictable. You never know. Maybe by then we can move into a phase where we can create clones, because I would really like a clone for myself.
No way. For
yeah,
real?
man, 100%. Last night I was talking to my brother and I was like, okay, you know what? Normally I get like 5.5 hours of sleep and I'm fresh. I wish there was a way where you could sleep on your bed and that bed would energize you 100% in 4 hours or 3.5 hours.
Get a new mattress.
We did. It's like a $1,200 mattress. And that's why I'm getting a good 5.5 hours sleep perfectly fine.
Yeah, you
You
get
should watch Stargate. They've got some sort of machine that the aliens get into and energizes them, but they turn evil.
Yeah. They got too much time on their hands.
Far too much.
Yeah, you get a high-end mattress, you can sleep for like 4 hours and wake up like you slept for like 20.
Not if you've got a 4-year-old, Ted.
Yeah, that's true. You gotta lock those up.
I think that's illegal in the UK. I'm moving to Canada if it's allowed.
Yeah, it's like the phone charger I bought yesterday. It's a 45-watt charger, so it charges my phone to full in like 40 minutes. So thinking about the same thing while sleeping. All right, looks like we're going to come down to fill the daily wick here on GJ. Yeah, I want to Google. Yeah, I want to Google how to get the most rest in the least amount of time. Oh, Gigi's doing a somersault over here. Yeah, that's not good. I would have cut my positions at this point. Yo, what happened to constant pips? Constant pips is here and there. Yeah, see, this is also a rejection area right over here. Price is coming in. It's coming into a rejection area here. This whole area becomes a rejection, even though, like, you know, you would want price to continue down to fill this. So this is the daily wick that you're probably targeting for price to fill, but this is also a rejection area here because look, price came here yesterday. Yeah, yesterday around, you know, before pre-London, during London session, and rejected this area. Looking left over here, we had another rejection on 6th October, and then we had another rejection on the 4-hour here on 2nd October. So as this price is coming down, just be aware that within this entire area, this can reject. So that's the only thing you're trying to play over here. But if you look at the smaller time frames, you can see clearly that this was the trade here. Now this is like mainly just like forcing it to continue down. So got to be careful of that. Oh, I'm done for the day. Made $900 for the day. No need to be greedy. That's very good. After you close membership on 8th November, will you still do live streams? Yes. I don't think I can ever stop doing live streams. Like, this is the only part of my day that I enjoy 1,000%, if that even exists. Like, this is the most enjoyable time of my day. All right, let's take a look here.
Oh, that's my favorite song.
Unemployment in Canada decreased. Surprise, surprise. Unemployment insurance weekly claims. Oh, wow. Things are going downhill here slowly. Things are going downhill now. Okay, what's this? Another person done for the day, took a sell on GG and finally getting used to be satisfied with 10 pips. That's amazing. You've broken a mental barrier with being okay with your gains. I think most people aren't okay with their gains, you know, even if it's like one trade. Here's the thing. Normally, you know, when you start, you take a test trade with a 1 cent lot, it moves in 10-15 pips, you're like, okay, perfect, right? Let's and then you say, okay, you know what, that was a test trade, let me take a real trade. But what you don't understand is that real trade is the second trade, you know. So make your test trade your main trade. Why don't you put and print bigger and clear the item name and time frame like other? It's pretty big and clear over here. Very big and clear. Is trading gambling? No, I think trading is calculated risk management. Yeah, it's calculated risk management. So gold is just in this range over here. Your JPY is also now trying to range because it formed support on the 30-minute, encountered another support. Man, I'm just happy we had solid trades in the morning on GPJPY. Really solid trades. One was right over here I took in the morning, and the second was right here once we broke the low in the 30-minute to continue down. Okay, so let's see what we can do over here. Get KB trading on here. KB trading. All right, let's take a look at KB trading. Okay. Oh, there's Daniel Savage in his trunk, the front trunk. He needs the new iPhone 12, which is coming out. All right, KB trading. Oh, this is trading with Paul. Go back. Yeah, I don't think KB trade is this KB trading here? KB trading. Ooh, okay. Oh wow, okay. They got a guidance for beginners. No signals, don't ask. KB trading have an office over here. This is actually a pretty cool looking office over here. Welcome to the KB trading floor. Beautiful. We got nice pictures of office. Yeah. We can take a look into that. You know what? There was a time where I almost opened up a small, like a trading floor, like a trading office, for me to go there every morning and have people come in and chit chat and do all that stuff. But then I said to myself, that's going to be like another job where I had to like get up, get ready, drive. And then I just scrapped that idea. How about Ironman futures trading? All right, let's take a look at this person here. Actually, let's not.
I've seen him before.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
But I think he trades gold.
Guys, I'm currently using Vantage, but they live in Canada. Any brokers y'all can recommend? All right. So if you go to my description there, I have 2 brokerages listed there. One is Traders Domain. Traders Domain is a offshore brokerage where you can like deposit via crypto for mostly like US clients. I think if in the US, that's going to be your best bet. They have MT5 as well. I really, really trust MT5. If you're in a brokerage with MT4, they don't have MT5. I don't know. I mean, I like MT5 much, much better, right? For people in Canada, you can also go with Traders Domain, but then there's also Blackwell Markets too, and I think Blackwell Markets opened PayPal deposits till the end of October, I think till the end of October, maybe till the end of November, I'm not sure. But that's something over here. This is my most enjoyable time of the day when you're not spending it with your family. I don't know. People misuse words all the time, so we're going to leave it at that. All right, let's look at this 24-hour trading academy. Let's see what's going on over here. Oh, right here, 24-hour trading academy. 24-hour trading academy. All right. The FTMO challenge, 50,000. It's pretty cool. They have some reviews. They have a following. Oh, they have a website over here. Let's take a look at this website. Oh, isn't private. Attackers might be. Yeah, I don't know.
You get advanced, and then you can keep on going.
I don't know. Maybe they start hijacking my stream.
Or your computer.
Do I want to take this risk?
Yeah, it just means they don't have an SSL certificate.
Yeah.
It's expired.
Oh, website is not working. Oh, wrong chart.
Or they don't have a website.
Yeah, or the website.
Lost hit.
Yeah.
That's a good way to get promotion.
Yeah. Well, we tried looking at more information, but I guess we can't. Yeah. Hey, will you explain your gold short yesterday? Yes. So this was basically, was looking at the weekly over here yesterday, and was looking at the weekly. So there were a lot of weekly rejections right over here. So obviously, just by looking at this, we had support formed, kind of like a retest on the weekly. We can expect the next weekly candle to continue bearish. So obviously, my bias was bearish over here at this point. So looking at the daily candle was bullish right over here. So wasn't really looking at the daily candle, and then dropped down to the 4-hour time frame. Looking on the 4-hour, this seemed like a last retest of 1910, 1912 for price to continue moving down, right? And then after I saw this 4-hour, went down to the 1-hour time frame. Looking at the 1 hour, we had a rejection coming up over here. When this candle was forming bearish candle, this is during London close, right? They moved down to the 30-minute time frame. 30-minute was creating a support. So now going back to the idea on the 4-hour, that if this is a last retest of this previous support turned resistance and candle is printing bearish, there's a high probability that if we break below this support price can continue moving down towards 1896. So that's where it took an entry around 1906.50 as we broke below the low, and then came down to 1901, 1902 and took profits. Actually,
we should be dropping to about 1870 now. If you look at the daily candles, what we've created is we've created a zone. This is what's screwing up everybody. So you have to be careful of this. And I've been watching this because I'm in sells as well. On the daily, this is now a zone, right? So what's going to happen here is there's potential where we keep tapping that, and then we start to come over into this area here, and then eventually to this area here. You're right where we had the rejection. I think the issue becomes is this candle here, we need one more to drop like this. So that's where we get that. So if you're watching gold on the daily, look for a rejection. So we want a rejection to the upside. Sorry, let me do that a little bit better. You want a rejection to the upside in this area again, or over here, and then we should start to drop into this area over here, and then eventually over to here. That's what you're looking for. Today's daily candle doesn't support that. A reason why I say that is because we have this sort of indecision candle that showed up, but the wick here isn't very strong unless this suddenly just drops. So I'd be careful, but then you might find the next daily candle starts and then it fills that area and it comes down to here. So if you're in already, like say at 1900s, you should be okay. But I don't like it as much as I would if we had a stronger rejection. If we had this kind of rejection on this candle here, then I would give full to drop to here, but I think we may need one more candle before we get that full drop. But I do see the daily going a little bit more bearish at that point. So
yeah, I think that's gonna roll into the weekly as well next week.
Yes, yeah. So that's what we're sort of looking at, the weekly, and then obviously the monthly. If you look at the monthly candle, that's where we're getting that momentum from, because we had that massive rejection, right? So this is what I'd want to see on the daily. I'd want to see something like this on the daily, because then if this monthly candle was daily and it flips bearish, then we're going to fill to this area here, right? It's just obviously it's going to take the full month, so to speak. But you can see we have a massive rejection and we're in this zone here. So this will probably push a little bit further down. This was your initial rejection right here. And then, we should be coming down into this region over here and then eventually flow further down. The only way that this doesn't happen is in November. I think what we'll see is October will drop. So we'll drop into this for October. And then with instability, November may just drive it right back up again with the elections. So keep that in mind. But if you are watching gold, this massive rejection here, and then we have this sort of trend starting now. Because remember we talked about like last month and the month before that this candle here was creating rejection, and then we needed to see where this candle would start, and then that's where we had that dip. So now we're doing the exact same thing over here to start to move in that direction. So just keep that in mind. But it's going to be very difficult because gold moves very, very tough on smaller time frames. So people can grab 10, 15 pips on a bullish move, but if you're looking for the swing trade, you might find that the sell is probably the better move, but you're going to get whipped around hard. So if you get a really good entry, like if you were in at, say, I was in yesterday at 1896, I've just been sitting in 1896, hoping that it will hold that level where we have on this area here. Yeah, because if we hold that, we should be good, but who knows, it just whipped back up like 10 pips again. So
yeah, like looking at the monthly, this makes perfect sense to come down and fill the wick over here.
Yeah,
half of the month left here now.
Yeah, if you're looking for a swing trade, it gets very difficult, because if it whips up like 40, 50 pips, then you're like, oh, it's bullish. But I mean, you can scalp that. But if you were going to swing trade, the initial weekly drop from like 1910, 1907, you know, like you have a really good position because I don't think it's coming back up there. The problem is it'll stop you out 4 or 5 times before you could have gotten that entry. That's the bigger issue. And US 30 right now took a big dump. I suspect that it'll probably continue all the way down to 27,940. Yeah, you've got it 960. You had 960 there, 27, 960, 27. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we have a huge move coming up.
You know, I'm really excited how this whole thing is going to play out with the elections and lockdowns, and man, it's good to be alive in these times. Hey, check out Trader J, based in London, one of the biggest London traders. Nice, nice. I don't know about Trader J. Looks like JPY is done going down here. This candle is about to close in 5 minutes, and it's closing above the support, just in a ranging area now. Oh yeah, you're right. US 30 can continue down here now. Yeah, breaking this minor supports. Are you a fan of Manchester United? Nope. I'm not a fan of Manchester United. Will I know everything I need to know through your course if I purchase? No, that is not designed for you. And basically have to qualify. Bro, speaking about IG counts, my trading IG is this. I know my trading has improved so much ever since I started documenting everything. Oh, nice, man. Very nice. So TradingView has gained some sort of, I would say, baby consistency over here. Let's check this out. TradingView. This is something amazing right over here. Look at this. This is something I used to do, and this is something that helped me a lot. If you guys go to my Instagram, I used to post all my trades with all the explanations on why I took the trade and what happened and what didn't happen, how could have done better. This is something that really, really helped me. Look at this. Look at the explanations. Very nice. This is beautiful. TradingView trading journal over here. There's another trading journal which is pretty good. It's by Stefanos. How do you spell it? Stefanos. FX. He has really stepped up his trading journal game over here. Now they have joined forces with Sharma FX. Yeah, doing pretty good. You got discipline, stay disciplined. You can get a body like Stefanos. Yeah, you can see it on your own time. Can you talk us through the GJ sell you took early this morning? Yeah, so you can basically rewind the stream. If you go to YouTube, you can go back to the stream and then you can take a look at that. What do you think about automated trading robots? I don't think automated robots work in the long term. I don't think you'll make a lot of money focusing on automated trading robots, because think about this. If automated trading robots worked, we won't be doing live streams. I mean, I won't be doing live streams. I'd just say, hey, I got money in this trading robot and I don't have to do anything ever. You know, if they worked. Because, I mean, trading robots, I don't know.
You said robots.
I've just seen a lot of I've seen a lot of robots fail over the time I've been here in this Forex space. So I don't know. I don't trust robots. The only trading robot I'm going to trust is if a big hedge fund, which manages billions, they come to me and they say, hey, we have a trading robot which gives maybe like 3% consistent gains over a month. I'd be like, okay, perfect. Here's my money. But you would basically need a track record, right? So.
Yeah, there's a lot of people talking about robots and EAs and stuff like that. And I've said from the beginning, if you're going to use an EA or a robot, you have to think to yourself logically, if that was so amazing, why is it being given out to everybody? You know, we have algorithms on my side that are private that, you know, you have large capital requirements, things of that nature to do. And a lot of times people get caught up in the idea that the algorithm is going to do whatever it's going to do. I think if you are using an algorithm that you may have found through certain means, you really manage your risk. I think always profit take. This is the thing. Try and always make sure you make regular withdrawals. Don't get caught up in the hype of turning $1,000 to 20,000 or 100,000. Just keep taking regular withdrawals when the profits come, because a lot of times with these robots, the people that are running them don't optimize them. And what I mean by that is, as market sentiment changes, they don't adjust the parameters on them. And that's when, you know, your account will probably be wiped out. And also make sure there's risk management there as well, so that you can protect your account. Stop losses are important, because whenever there's a fundamental news piece, you may find that your account could blow with that as well because it doesn't recover. So profit take a lot, make sure that you have your risk managed, and yeah, if you want to use a robot, use a robot. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but I mean, just think logically when you're doing it. I think that's the biggest thing that you can do.
All right, let's take a look at this here. Looking for something like this to happen. Buys if we create support and break previous highs, sells below 590, 950. I think the idea about buys, I think buys would be valid above this minor resistance we've created. And if you measure this range, this is a 22 pip range. So maybe those buys are just going to be a retracement to probably continue moving down. But I think we're going to see that happen maybe later on as we move into NYC open and closer to London close.
Yeah, if you've just been watching gold, similar to what we were talking about earlier, it's happening now. So we're starting to dip. So we may go below 1890s. You might have a good shot to take some self.
Man, once it's gone below 1890s, 1880 is right there.
Yep.
It's like the low it made yesterday. I'm so happy and grateful that now money comes into me in increasing quantities through multiple sources on a continuous basis. Oh, continuous basis.
Continuous basis.
Yeah, it should be continuous. I hope the grammar also comes to you at that same speed as the money comes in.
Yeah.
That's
Sometimes,
a phrase from
sometimes roasting statements, they come to me in the same speed. They come in, boom, roast, boom, gone.
Supersonic speed.
Yeah. Have you ever had an African girlfriend? I don't believe in girlfriend or boyfriend. It's just straight marriage. Yeah, straight execution. All right, now what? That's it. It's 9 a.m. Nothing more to do, nothing more to see. Trading time is ended. Took one trade, and that was it. What's your take on C-Trader platform? I think C-Trader platform is pretty good. I tried it for about a month when I first started, but I don't know why I didn't continue on it, because I think everyone was using MetaTrader. I was new at that time too, so I thought that C-Trader price moves differently than MetaTrader. So I went back to MetaTrader, but they all basically move the same. So some people use C-Trader. There are some firms out in Europe and South America. They ordered a bunch of magic keys for their firms because they use C-Trader platforms for their clients. Do you have a Lisp? No. It may sound like I have a lisp because that S sound, when I'm wearing these headphones, that S sound seems pretty cool in my headphones because I can hear myself talk. How old are you, man? I'm getting pretty old over here. Can't believe I'm going to be 34 next year and then 35. Holy.
Oh, man.
Wow.
You got to go for that second kid.
Trust. Not 2, 3, 4.
Got to catch up to Kervin over here.
Yeah, man.
How many do you have, Kervin? 4.
3. Yeah.
Last time we checked, it was 11.
Come on, man. It's not a soccer team.
Recognized only 3.
Yeah, it's a whole soccer team.
Yeah. I mean, they're like 7 crossing the border, though. Nah, that's a lie. Get ready with the magic keys, Raya. I have a lot of people requesting more information about magic keys. So all my Hispanic people, now they're asking for the magic keys. So get ready, man.
Oh yeah, we ordered a huge batch for the holiday season. There's a huge batch coming on. So we'll see what happens. So we'll see what happens.
That'd be a nice gift for anybody in Christmas.
Oh yeah, like my goal, okay, here's my goal, right? My goal is for everyone who trades on MetaTrader or C-Trader, I think they should have magic keys. 100%. It's not about I'm going to make money. Obviously, I'm going to make money with the sales, a little bit here and there. But like, it's just the amount of, I mean, man, like my risk management honestly increased with magic keys. There's no other reason. It seems like I'm tooting my own horn, but it's just facts. That's why I got 2. There's one over here. There's one over here.
Nice.
Can you connect magic keys to your phone? No, you cannot connect magic keys to your phone. Hey, is there a way to manage trade on 0.01 lots? Yeah, you can open another one. You can open a double trade.
In Oanda, you can.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, like it closes 0.01 into another like half, or?
Yeah, they have like a lower size.
Oh, like I think that's on the micro accounts.
Yeah, exactly.
Is there a lock button magic key so no one can click it by mistake? Yep, there's a num button. You press it, it turns it off. Also, if your MetaTrader window is not open, it will not execute anything. So the window has to be open for you to execute. Is there a Boxing Day special? No, there's going to be I think there's going to be a big Cyber Monday sale on magic keys. I'm not sure when Cyber Monday is, but we're going to know a week before. See what I say about being in a swing trade with marriage? See what I got over here? I got a croissant with boiled eggs inside. So nice. Perfect. Why do you keep buying GJ? Who's buying GJ? No one's buying GJ right now. People should hack into your brains. You know what? When I first started, I used to say the same thing, man. I wish I could hack into Ted's brain. And and then yeah, it didn't happen. So I paved my own way. Yeah, you know, when I was in school, I used to say that, oh man, like, you know what, social studies is so hard, science is so hard. I wish I could just download the teacher's brain in my brain and then just use that information to write tests. Man, school was super hard. I don't take notes of my trades, and I would like to change that habit. Any tips on how to take notes? Just take notes, man. What do you mean? I don't take notes of my trades, and I would like to change that habit. Just take notes. It's like saying, I don't want to give a like on the live stream, but I want to give a like on the live stream. How do I do that? Just click that thumbs up button, because when you do it, a lot of people get to know about the live stream and about the free scam money situation we have going on here. Sometimes we lose, but you know, losses are kept smaller than wins, so it's pretty good. Useful sites to keep a trading journal. The useful sites to keep a trading journal is, a lot of people use Trello. I'm not sure what the website is. Is it Trello.com? Yeah, it's Trello.com. I haven't used it. And then for trading specific, you have Trixie.trade. This is a trading specific where you can upload charts directly from Tradingview, and you can, like, you know, toggle between time frames of your trades and stuff like that. You know, you can build your trading plan, checklists, you can share them with everyone or with public. So it's pretty good. So you get a 2-week free trial with this. This is not mine. You know, some people may think that this is mine. It's not mine. So you get a 2-week free trial. What do you think about the broker Lamberol just launched? I think it's, you know, he's trying something new, so it's pretty good. Oh wow, this thing is falling now. 15-minute broke the low over here, and now I think we're going to fill the wick on the daily right here.
I don't own Magic Keys, so I don't know about Magic Keys 2. It's not a movie. I don't know how you could make something better than it already is. I think with Magic Keys, I think Raja and I, when we talked about it in our group chat, I think we put out everything that we could possibly put out with it.
Yeah, within reason, we put out everything that's supposed to be out there.
Yeah, like I don't think there was anything held back. I mean, there were some funny things that were held back, like the nuclear button and stuff like that. But I mean, from a practicality standpoint, I think it was everything that was there.
One thing we are working on is having the whole thing like backlit.
I mean, if you want to turn in, if people want it turned into an Apple product, we can do that and just issue like Magic Keys 2.0 and, you know, change the color of it and, you know.
Magic Keys 2.2, 2.5.
Yeah.
And people call things a scam. Apple is a real scam over here. Look at this. They're coming out with the iPhone 12, and it's no different than iPhone 11. There's no difference. It's got the same cameras. It's the same. It's actually the same. Oh, someone's saying 5G? Yeah, but 5... It's just the same. Same Apple iPhone. Oh, they got 4 cameras. Yeah. See, Android is different because Android is actually making, you know, some pretty big technological advances towards phones. So I think a lot of intelligent people gravitate towards Androids, and I think that's the way how it is because they realize that Apple is just, you know, like changing a few colors here and there, changing cameras, and there you go, you got a new phone. Don't look at the camera, you feel like it's iPhone 5. Yeah, it's the same thing. So GJ's coming down over here. So at this point, I'm going to call it a day. Have to go do some stuff. GJ's on a bearish run over here. There are no buys on GJ at all. So, all right. Take care, everybody. Don't overtrade.
Raja.
Kervin.
Yeah, man. Take care, buddy.
Yeah, man. Oh, let's just wait. Let's wait till NYC open over here. Yeah, I'm going to wait till NYC open. I want to see this daily wick getting filled there. Wow. 4 hours coming straight down. This is where things get a little jumpy over here because we broke the low in the 15 minute. How much did we fall? It fell like 12, 13 pips. And now we're entering a territory where price rejected before. So this was the rejection in the London session yesterday. And we're coming back into that area now. Do you like doing the Hoover around the house? Yeah, I actually like it. Actually, this Dyson vacuum cleaner is pretty good. It's actually amazing. The thing about it is it lasts for only like about 20 minutes. Like the charge lasts for 20 minutes. But for 20 minutes, this thing goes full margin on vacuuming. If you exited 50% and the trade ends up going in your favor, would you enter another 50% again? If so, how? I think that's something you need to look at price action. You need to see that, okay, how can you enter another position, right? So let's say we're looking at the 15 minute right here. At the same time, we're keeping an eye on it falling down. So let's say you took a sell right over here, right? Let's say you took a sell at this point, right over here, anticipated this candle to continue down. It closed bullish over here, so you closed 50% at this point. And I guess now we're looking at this. If this candle broke the low of the previous one, I think at that point, you could have added another 50% and anticipated price to continue down since it broke the low over here. So now this information you will keep in your journal, you will keep in your mind, and you will move on to the next day. You know, and as you move on to the next day, and as this situation happens, then you'll be more comfortable in adding that extra position. You know, sometimes you may not be, I mean, at the same time, like you may not be confident, but as you see it happen over and over again, a point will come where you'll be like, okay, you know what? I've seen this happen 4 or 5 times. Maybe let me add a position over here. And it's going to work out. It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful moment then. Because you're going to be executing on something you've seen a bunch of times before. Who is Qwertyelfx? Qwertyelfx is a member of Market Fluidity, and she does live streams here after we move. Let me see if I can get it on YouTube here.
If you've ever been interested in private equity, venture capital, hedge fund.
Yeah, dark pools. Yeah. London to pre-New York. Yeah, so she does live streams here now. Do you ever take swing trades? Yes, sometimes. Sometimes, not all the time. All right, you know what? I'm gonna head off over here because if I'm not gonna take a trade, then there's no point of me looking at the charts anymore.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I close everything. Have a nice day, brother.
Yeah, man. You too. It was a blessed day here with one win.
Okay, BPK. Thank you, guys. Have fun.
Have fun. Take care. Don't overtrade. Don't over risk. And shout out to Kenya. Kenya #1.
Kenya.
Kenya. This guy always comes in. Shout out to Kenya. Gotta show love. Gotta show love to our African brothers over there.
Oops, YouTube was muted. Okay, let me repeat. I will not be trading, right? So I'm calling the end of the stream at 10 a.m. Eastern. So if anyone needs help, wants me to answer any questions, shoot them in the chat. The European Council is meeting. Supposed to be meeting now. So if anyone's trading, please be careful. First time looking at my stream before Raja, yes. I start at 5 a.m. Eastern. Timings are in the YouTube description. Why so early? Because there's news. There's no point trading when this news is gonna last till like, I don't know what time. So why not just go off and enjoy the day? Where am I from? Singapore. Oops. What's my trading style? I enter fairly similarly to Raja. But I don't take impulse entries. I seldom take 15-minute entries. Yeah, but my management wise, it's not really like Raja's. So if you want to have a look at how I managed my trade earlier, I think you might notice that it's fairly different from Raja's. I don't take 10 pips, I take more than that. So if you look at this entry, it was taken off the hour, not the 15 minute. So Raja doesn't take 1 hour charts entry, so it's a bit different. FX Noob Trader, if you need more info, if you want to find out like how I trade, right? You can also go to my Instagram, because there's also like way more trades on it and way more markups. So go nuts. Yeah, you can go nuts on it. Right, so this is exact same YouTube handle as my IG. Have fun. If you have questions, just comment or DM me on IG. I usually try to answer. And yes, calendar meeting is all day. The links, I will post it again on the YouTube chat. This is the one. So it's supposed to have already started. I think they're running late. But I'm not going to be trading into news, so just be careful. What was the site you're using for the news information? Zaid. I use Forex. I have 3. So I use Forex Factory, my FX book, and I have recently found this one fairly useful. So financial juice. Is it alright to do timestamp on my YouTube channel? Okay, yeah, I'll do it again. I took that away because I didn't know if anyone was watching. But I'll do that. I'll do that again. Hey, Kelly. Have I been to that beach behind me? I honestly don't know where this beach is. I just randomly found it online. I went to Unsplash and typed beaches because I am longing for a beach holiday so badly. So yeah, come, let's change my beach vacation. Lazarus Island, yes, I have. There's nothing much, Proti. I took a round Singapore Island cruise. Yeah. None of the other islands look nice. Me, nothing else to change to. How many bullets? I only use 1. And I hit shot. I'm done for the day, Sam. The stream's gonna be a short one. I'm calling it at the end of the hour. Because there's news. So this one, if you guys need the link, there you go. Lagarde is speaking as well. Wow, so much news. Okay. If anyone's trading towards London close, just be careful. She's coming back. Do I only take GJ? Glenn, I trade GJ, GU, and EJ. Seldom EJ nowadays. Yep. Hello, Alexi. Did you trade? You imposter, you. Take it slow today, yeah? I don't think there will be trades now anymore. You can go to the gym earlier. Oh, you can play Among Us after this. Is there a chance of sell below 135, 740? Below this? The meme? Honestly, I don't recommend it. Right? So there is a... So right now, I think GJ is trying to fill the wick. So the meeting hasn't even started. Yeah, but later on, if it starts, right? And they start talking, I really don't know what's gonna happen to your trade. So if you're looking for the rest of this wick fill, I don't recommend it. There is... All these areas here are clear rejection areas, so just be careful. Hey Rob, yes. Pre-NY gave us bank. Agree. Glenn, I'm in profit on EG. Should I exit my trade or let it ride to your TP considering the news event going on? Okay, Glenn, I need to see your chart because I don't really like to tell people to cut their trades short. For me personally, if I'm in profit and I know there's high impact news coming, right, I just stay away. So either I lock my trade at break even, or I just close it in profits. So it's really a preference thing. But if you want, I can help you to have a look at your chart, see whether it's in any danger areas. So the way to send the chart is exactly the same as Raja's stream, yeah? How's my trading week going? Not bad, not bad. So far, not bad. It's been slow, but really not bad. This week has been profitable. Yeah, as long as you protect your profits, then you'll be safe. So if you're moving your stop loss to break even, just give a bit of buffer, because sometimes when high impact news like this comes out, right, Glenn? Where is it? Like high impact news like this comes out, spreads widen. So don't lose anything on the trade if you can help it. How many years I'm trading? 7 years. How many years I'm profitable? 0. I am not profitable yet, because like the rest of the guys know, I am consistent now. I'm not profitable because I took too many big losses last time because of dumb trading. So overall, I'm not profitable. I'm just going to watch. Yeah, it's risky with the meeting at 3. Yeah. Remember yesterday when I said we're gonna come onto the charts and we're gonna be at that support? Yes. I laughed when we reached that support just now. Like when we were here earlier on my first stream, I was like, oh. Then I realized you were at school or having class or something.
Hello.
Hey. Ooh, I'm hang on. Hello, hello. How was your gold trade yesterday?
Good. Well, I closed gold. Because otherwise it would go. It was like closing at break even. So I closed it before. I don't even remember if it was this morning or yesterday night.
Hit your, I think you hit your take profit, right? 1920.
Excuse me? 1920.
Yeah, that was your TP, right?
Yes, but I didn't hit it.
You didn't?
No.
Was it? Oh wait. Oh, okay, never mind. My bad.
No, yeah, I had my final TP there, but basically I closed partials at 1910, and then I had, if you remember, my stop at 19.
Oh yeah, the one that we were discussing, right?
Yeah, 1890 if I'm not wrong, somewhere there. 1894, sorry.
Yep.
But I closed it before going to my break even, so I took some profits again because I saw it was going down there. So I just yesterday.
Yeah, it's back at your entry.
Yeah. And this morning I did trade the Euro GBP long, obviously, from the London session. There I did a 1 to 4 risk reward.
EG, right? On EG, right?
EG, yeah.
Yeah. Hello, John. What?
I initially entered short because I liked the short on higher time frames. I entered exactly on the spikes, to be fair, and then when it came back to my entry, I had it at break even, so close to break even. Then I saw that it turned from my bearish scenario to bullish. Then I entered to the retest. So if you open your, if you zoom it in.
Is the 30 okay?
Last bar. Yeah, should be fine. So basically I got in somewhere this price. I was in this spike, but obviously it was in very low time frames, so like in 3 minutes time frame when I got the entry. So basically after, when I seen that the candles was closing this way, I took a very little partial at this point, and then it closed to break even. And then when I saw this higher high, this new higher high, I entered at the retest, so in this support area for the longs, basically.
Oh, nice catch. Where are you aiming this top here? Or are you out?
I was aiming that top, yeah, but after I've seen all these spikes, which are rejecting this zone, which is also this zone.
Yeah.
I just prefer to get out from the trade.
Yeah.
So right like this.
Yeah. Do I trade full time? Yes. Anybody tried Forex Analytics? I don't think so. Why I choose O-Ender instead of FXCM? FXCM's chart has a lot of gaps sometimes. So I've always used O-Ender, so that's another reason why. Let's see the secret sauce, Emil. What's the ping pong bet for? Oh no! Emil, what's this? What's this? Let me see. Did I do it wrong? No. Is it a secret chat? Those who want to access Zoom, go into Discord. If you find the Discord link, you can try accessing Zoom. Treasure hunt time. Where am I based? Singapore. Is that the only broker? No, so Zaid, I don't use Owender. My broker is Pepperstone. So I use Tradingview for charting. MT5 for execution. That's all. I never chart on MT5. It's a pain. Looks like the same link. Did I get it wrong? I'm gonna save this for myself later. Wow, you... Oh, okay, now I know why you said ping pong. I'm gonna save this. Homework. Yeah, man, I've been meaning to go to Malaysia. I can't wait till they open up the borders. My god. Are we to expect price to bounce off the daily support? Tim, there's news. So be careful. I'm not trading. My stream will end at 10 today. Because I don't want to induce anything. Right? So there's this Euro Economic Summit now. So they are gonna be discussing Brexit stuff. Yeah. So are we to expect bounce? I honestly cannot tell you. Yeah, because they are gonna talk. I don't know what they're gonna talk about. I'm just gonna stay away. Do I mainly scalp trade or price action swing? Intraday swing, Ahmed. I don't scalp for 10. Do I trade Asian sessions? No. There's no volume. I trade... The session timings are all in the YouTube description. That's all. That's my trading session.
Al, did you have any trade today?
Yeah, I did. Oh, what happened to the people? Yeah, I did. On the 1 hour. Okay, I erased the thing, so hang on. It's a bit small, so...
JJ.
Yeah.
A sell, yeah?
Yep.
That's great.
Definitely sells, man.
And how many pips?
Hang on. 1 second. I cleaned off the analysis on my chart, so I think 27. Yeah, 27. Boop.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I took it as a 1 hour trade, so actually, what am I doing? I can explain it. So it was here.
Yeah.
So it was this 15-minute resistance that formed, right? So firstly, I wanted this 15-minute to close below. So right before the close, it was pushing and then it went back up. But then after that, I went up to the 1 hour and then I saw that this was forming bearish and it was going to close below its support. So I just let this candle wick up, test, and then I put my stop loss above the structure and I took it all the way down. Yeah.
That's so nice.
Yeah. It was because it was big for a 15-minute stop loss, which I didn't like, but I was more willing to give it if that space if it was a 1 hour setup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well done.
So boom. If we do end up bouncing off the support and with the remainder of today, GG just flies. Damn. Is there a reason last 2 weeks gave me PTSD? I think they were just waiting for today. Like, they were just waiting for 15 October. So-called Brexit deadline. If they don't extend it again.
So basically, the Razor account which you got on Pepperstone,
Mm.
is it like with low spreads?
Yes. It's like
Okay.
ECN.
Okay.
Yeah. They just have a different name.
Yeah.
If this 4 hour closes bullish, it would have made a double bottom with fat rejection of a daily support, but let's see what news does to price. Yeah, this area here I'm very intrigued. 135,800. But I'm not gonna play with fire. What will happen to GBP pairs if Brexit happens? I guess it depends on the terms that they discuss. Because they're still fighting about the fish. Am I funded? I paused my funded account. Because GG has been a mess. I don't want it to mess up my results on that. So I paused it. I am only trading my own live account now. I'm funded with this guys. This one's I'm using them. Doop. I don't really have any opinions about any funding accounts because some of us were discussing it just now. I think most of their criteria are the same. The only times, I think most of the times, people just mess it up on their own. So if you have discipline, if you have consistency, go ahead, go for it. But if you don't, you just want larger accounts just to potentially make more, please don't. Yeah, you need to have some kind of consistency and discipline first before you go for it, because they do have their own criteria for trading as well. Winnie, I'm leaving the stream soon because there's news. So no trades anymore for tonight. Oh, I thought this guy was watering the plants. It's like, did you have to water the plants now? Oh, elbow bump. Oh, I know what that YouTube thing is already. So this thing, it's an elbow bump. This one. It's not a dab. Hang on. Let me spam the chat. This one. It's an elbow bump. So Zoom friends, is this thing. I recently found out it's an elbow bump. Okay, sorry, random. At first I thought you were trading at the beach. Tim, one day I will on my live stream and this thing will not be a background. Besides FX, is there any other investment or trust funds that I am doing? Leroy, no. I didn't. So like, I think you're talking about like unit trust and stuff like that, right? Nah. I only have like a blue chip investment fund where like every month I just boop little bit inside. That's about it. The bulk of it is in Forex. That's a dab, really? Is this? Oh man. Looks like an elbow bump. Oh no, sorry, this is the elbow bump. My bad. Sorry, that was the dab. My bad. Do I have any losing months? Yes. This year I did. I think... when was it? I think I posted. Hang on, let me see. I ended up blowing my personal account that I've been working on this whole year. Oh no. Okay, just curious, just learn from it and don't make the same mistake. Yeah, just control. I didn't have a bad month. I think I had like bad weeks. August was kind of bad, I think. The first 2 weeks were rough. Where is it? Yeah, so August first 2 weeks was rough, and then I went off. I remember Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays, it was like, I think loss or something like that. Let's see. Or like I kept taking losses that week. Yeah, see, minus. Yeah, then I took an early break, so this week was quite short. And I just went off early for the week. I decided not to trade so many days. I heard Kororo is 0.03 and must stop down to 1.5. Are you talking about the size of the holes? Uh-oh. So it means our masks are useless? Crap.
Hello. Hey.
Hey, what's up?
I had a question. I thought I heard you talking about the ECN and the standard account. Like, I think I have the ECN. Do you know what's the difference between them?
Yes.
I was researching it. I think I didn't really understand.
ECN is low spreads, but you pay commissions. So your spreads are fairly tight. Standard accounts have lower commissions but higher spreads.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's a higher. I would think that lower spreads would be better.
If you're scalping, lower spreads would be better. If you're swinging, then standard accounts are fine for you. Yeah.
And JJ just left.
Wait, wouldn't ECN be good for the swingers? Because they have like low spread. They have low spreads but higher commission. Is that what it is?
For swing traders, it doesn't matter what account you use.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. But for scalpers, because we want to be like as tight to price as possible, because we only take a few pips, right? So that's why we would choose Razor accounts or ECN accounts, because they are like really, really tight, and then we just minus off a bulk amount from our commissions. That's all. Yeah.
Okay.
Especially
like for me, like if I only take 1 to 2 trades a day, ECN would be pretty good.
Can you imagine if you take an entry, right? Like for example, if you use a standard account, for example, and you wanted to enter on like, let's say the break of this week, example, this week here, right? And then if you thought your entry was here, on a standard account, you'd be like somewhere here. And then you gave up all this profit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the
I already
difference.
have.
Yeah. So there are differences in swaps as well, like what SC is saying.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Standard has commission for me on Pepperstone, Hussein. I think it depends broker to broker. Yeah, but well, I'm not advocating either. I use ECN. Do your own research. I'm not advocating anything. Where's my sign? Someone got excited on this push earlier. Who was it? They must have. What they doing now? They're just shaking hands. They shook hands and GJ flew. When they start talking, GJ's gonna go down. Pepperstone is not true ECN. I didn't say it was true ECN. I'm just saying the account is called ECN. Is there a trade at this point? No. I don't think they even call it ECN, I think. What's it called? They just call it Razor. Let me see. I don't know. Honestly, I'm just reading from this. Everyone can choose their own. If you ask me to go into the technicals, I don't know. I'm not going to tell you I know. I just know it has lower spreads compared to the standard account, that's all. Because there must be a reason why they're not calling it Razor ECN. Yeah. Fat liquidity grab to drop down. Or will we correct the move? Find out on the next episode of GJ. Coming back tomorrow. Doing London Open. Hussein, you can get rebates from other places, right? Like I was telling the guys that day, this gives you rebates. You don't have to have a 10k account. Because I know some of my friends don't have a 10k account. So, yeah. Is a Singaporean, do you use dollar or Sing dollar? US dollar. They don't have Black Bull. Who doesn't have Black Bull? Oh, this one. Oh, really? Shit. Did you ask? Did you email them and ask? Oh man. Then did they say they don't have a link up? They told you, okay, thanks, bye. Oh shit. Yeah. But they have a lot of brokers. Well. Okay, since we have nothing to do now. ECN versus... Okay, what is... I'm not an expert, yeah. I am learning. I'm not gonna say things that I don't know. Let me see. Oh, this is so technical. My god. The purest kind of Forex broker. So ECN doesn't have someone in between? No, wait. They take it from... Oh, there's no middleman. Yeah. Our broker is middleman. Yeah, probably. Yeah, but either way. How low can you go? I'm fine with my spread so far. They're not robbing me like how Wendell was robbing me, so it's fine. ECN means there's less chance of brokers increasing spread size during volatility. Oh? Maybe they don't jump as much. I don't know. If you use Sing dollars, don't the fees get high when you transfer your funds to your local card or bank account? Vin, telegraphic transfers are always a percentage, so it doesn't matter. Because it's either you pay for your conversion or you pay for the TT transfer. Because my broker is overseas, so I'll pay for TT transfer no matter what. Yeah, so you gotta choose, see which one you prefer. I prefer to use US dollars. So, yeah. ECN is supposed to execute your order directly at the liquidity provider. Then what about the non-ECN? That's not standard, I think, because just now David was saying there's a in-between.
So L, you got you got Razer, yeah?
Yeah, I'm Razer, which apparently is not true ECN. Yeah.
So basically, if you go on GJ now, what's your spread? I got
0.8, 0.7.
Same.
What's yours? Yours is true ECN?
ECN, yeah.
Who's your broker?
Purple Trading.
Purple?
Yeah.
The color purple?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, mine is... What's your commission? 7 per lot?
Yeah.
Oh, then the same as me.
Well, it's 10 per lot, sorry.
Oh, 10? Damn.
It's quite high, yeah.
Yeah. Oopsie.
I think I'll change that.
Yeah. 10 is ridiculous. Or you can be like AJ, threaten to leave.
I like Pepperstone.
Non-ECN go through the broker's liquidity first, ending up in later execution and less accurate price. Oh, yes. Urban knows best. Ending up in later execution and less accurate price. Ah, okay. Wow, they're really not starting. Typically, two non-ECM providers will trade against you. They see your orders go through and can trade against you. Now they can do that at ECM brokers too, but it happens that's... Oh my. Dodgy. I guess that's what they call Forex manipulation, right? But well... If they really wanted to trade against me, then I don't think I would be able to help it. They would probably have like so much more money. If it happens, it happens. It's important to be with a regulated broker. Doesn't mean 100% you won't be traded against, but you have more protections. True. Made 1.2% during Rajas and then took a second trade and lost it. Oh. Just made back 1.09, which brings me to my max 3 in my plan. We'll count your lucky stars and go do some review, especially on your second trade. Were they all on GJ, Ryan? Did you go down, up? GU. Ooh, what happened? Same structure, right? Be careful. But anyway.
Yeah, GU is basically same as JJ, I can see.
But GU earlier, like I wasn't gonna take it short because when I looked at it, right, GU was like somewhere here, and then I saw all this consolidation on the left. I was like, nope, I'm not gonna bang into that wall. Whereas for GJ, there was like, it really cleared the consolidation on the left.
Yeah. You can use it as a confirmation, I think.
Yeah, I do. So like sometimes if I see GU falling and GJ going up, right, then I'll be very careful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yes, I said it wrongly. I said Forex manipulation. Stupid. My bad. Wow, pulled 172 pips off that 53 pop with add-ons. Oh, you mean you stack the positions? Wow, nice, nice. This news, everyone. Yeah, you're gonna call it. Yeah, Tim. I'm about to go as well. Have a good day, secure the bag. Yes, don't overtrade. Yeah. Bye guys. Stay safe. Keep your profits. Right, so YouTube, I'm gonna end the stream if you guys don't have questions anymore. Bye Sandeep. Thank you. Farewell guys. Stay safe. Don't refund. Don't do refunds. Okay. Bye bye. Bye bye. Sure, Zaid. Welcome, welcome. Bye, Mail. Thanks for the info just now.